And I mean just that. Be sure to hit that like button, share this content. Let that friend, that neighbor know where to go when it's time to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. That's including, ladies and gentlemen, the ice wall. Come on with it. Stand tall or not at all. The name. It's Law Nation. Size matter is the conversation. Size do matter. Let's get it. Yep. Come on. They really say, ain't no party like a cowboy party. But what about a Law Nation's groove? From my studios to yours. DC for life, not for short, baby. Put a 1 in the chat if the audio is straight. Come on. We got some beef in the interior. We're going to talk about also, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about the wide receiver approach too. Five.
Run from it. Destiny arrives.
4.
And now it's here.
3.
What should I say?
Yeah. Yep. Come on. Ain't no party like a cowboy party. Ain't no party like a Law Nation party. Come on. Let's get it. Stand tall or not at all, Cowboy Nation. Stand with me. Appreciate everybody, man. Appreciate you guys so much. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. The name is Law Nation. So today we're going to talk about the two bigger guys that we have on this team. And, of course, they are the drafted guys. Now, one is a 3-tech, and he can play anywhere on that line. And the other one is pretty much a 1-tech, but we've seen him at 0. We've seen him play the 2. We've seen him shade the 1. We've seen him lined up even in 3-techs at a pace over there, and his name is Jay. So when we start to look at all of these things, we say to ourselves, okay, what is the identity of this team? On offense, we talked about they trying to establish an identity of running the ball. On defense, talking to Matt Eberflus and getting a chance to hear him out, and also when you guys get a chance to hear his interviews and things of that nature, he wants to shoot upfield. He wants to be aggressive. He wants to stop the run. You can book it. That's what he wants from here. So, but the team itself, Matt Eberflus is more of a guy that's pretty much owning the linebacker room, right? And those are things that we have to say. In order to have linebackers to fly around, they have to have security up front, right? And your security that can warrant that would be your big boys, right? And that's how we look at this team. Appreciate everybody for jumping in. So I got my guy. We're going to play a few clips.
Interior.
And shout out to my guy, DMV George. He's going to talk a little bit about Jay. And then there will be an inductive video later on today or maybe first thing in the morning from me about what his skill set can be. But in the meantime, in the between time, put your glasses on because you may have to squint your eyes to see this one.
Push is something that we've been missing, especially this get-off. This get-off right here might get him on the field quite a bit. Now, we just watching him. I wish he had the help on this play because they would have stuffed Caleb for a loss there, in my opinion. But excellent get off, man. That's one thing you don't have to worry about with him. With Mazi, we kind of
Look at 93 right here, the burst acceleration. One of the things that you have to understand that, the opposing team, they're going to have a 300-pounder too. And believe it or not, offensive linemen, they don't play offense. They play defense. They set up and they secured the quarterback or the running back. So as an attack from the defense, you got to make sure that you can get upfield. And this is the one time that I will tell you that you want to be like Ray J. You really want to be able to say, I hit it first. And that means strike, moving them out the way, low man wins, and on top of that, have a plan of action to what to do with your hands. And Jay exhibits that.
the struggle with the get off. Look at that, man. He like a wrestler in there, man. It's like watching Vader on the interior. So he lined up straight over top of the guard here. So this is the 2 right here. I like that he can play the 1, the 2, the 0, and look how he's gonna push that pocket back. He's gonna move him off his platform, and Schwessinger's gonna get a pick. So what you're gonna notice is, man, Schwessinger ate off of the back of the interior. You're gonna see that. That's a common theme, especially in this Iowa game. Look at this. No gap scheme. Like Iowa had to switch to zone in this game to deal with him. But 65, man, he made his life a living hell. This interior push is something that we've been missing, especially this.
So we've been missing interior pushes, man. And just to go into more details, your linebackers, they rally, they fly, they scrape. You know, you got hooked the sidelines. And to get to the sideline there, you got to beat your feet. And you got to be where your feet at. On top of that, I always tell people, slow until you know. Well, at some point, you got to know. And your processing system can't be there. Of processing and updating and spinning around like AOL, right? So you got to figure out a way to, okay, I know my guy up front. If he's going to occupy space, time, and matter, then we good. But if he can't do those things, then we in terrible conditionings right there. And for a long time, who was the one and only person that can win and get consistency as far as double-digit sack? Oh, Parsons. So who else going to stand tall with this? We need to figure this out. Even Ray J did it, hit first. Shout out to you, superstar. Yeah. Taco Tuesday. Yeah. The Taco Tuesday is going to be great today, Cowboy Nation. And shout out to everyone. Norman, thank you for jumping in, flying above the rest. My dog, man, day one. Appreciate you, dog. Thank you for showing up and showing out for the Cowboys draft party, man. I really appreciate you. Toxic Tom says size doesn't matter if you don't know how to use it. He's 1,000,000% right. And speaking of that, Mazi, you know, when we look at the depth charts, they still have him in the starting rotation, starting lineup. It's his job to lose. It's his job to lose, ladies and gentlemen. And trust me, you know, there's a lot of people campaigning for this brother to be out of it. But, you know, it is what it is. Let's play this audio right quick. This video that we shot this morning. Shout out to everybody that got a chance to watch it. Let's listen in to this one again.
D-lineman who loves to play D-line, who takes pride in playing D-line, very physical at the point of attack, and I'm here for the team, I'm here to win.
Let's look into the film of Tommy Aking Bastow. Now, he's 6'4", 306 pounds, and yes, he's an interior guy that can give you some outside play. With that being said, he do have a great get off. His speed is there as far as his hands and usage. Now, his number one thing is, I came here to stop the run. So he's a run stomper, not necessarily a heavy sack. I love y'all, man. Posey, you crazy, man. Posey, you crazy. DP, you crazy, man. Production guy, but he can squeeze down into B gap and get to the running back, and he delivers that particular blow. Now, this Nigerian, and we all know that this man right here got the mindset to go with the pedigree of his skill set. And when you start talking about this guy, I want him to be like the Nigerian nightmare. Yeah. That's Christian Okoye, who was the Nigerian nightmare. So one Nigerian to another Nigerian. This is the guy that's going to be on the defensive side. And one thing I can tell you, when you look at his scouting report, you see that his feet is always moving, right? And we talking about Tommy. And this is his scouting report. And, you know, he's 6'4", 306. I think he's going to be ended up being either 315-ish by the time the season kick off. But this is the strengths. And one of the things that I do it a little bit different. I kind of look at some reports, and then I look for what they say, and then I look for what I see, right? And then I mirror and I marry those things. Now, some people go in blindly, and they want to look at the tape for themselves without reading reports, and that's cool. Either way, we want to know what makes this player go. So strengths are, you see strike first, lift blockers, pad levels, right? To me, he's kind of a little too high, but, you know, we're going to see what he looks like when he gets to the Cowboys program. He can shed tackles and utilize his length. So he is 6'4". He got longer arms there, and he know how to adequately use those parts there. Good stab and swim move. We're going to be looking for that in his tape. And foot agility, set the edge-to-edge rush counters. So if there's a GT counter, you want to blow that up, get upfield. You want to be disciplinary. You want to be disciplined enough to have those things to say, okay, all right, I'm never going to over pursuit, but I know my duty is I got to set contain, right? And then sometimes 3 techs got to do that. And then my deal is to get upfield. I need to get upfield. And by him being in college, to have 32 tackles, whether it's for loss or in general for a D lineman, that's good numbers. All right, his weaknesses, we're going to talk about that. Zone blocking, playing across his face on the backside, right? So my thing is with Tommy, once they got you, they got him, right? Is next to the next round. You can't win them all. Put it like this: the craziest ratio to any football player on that trenches, down inside the trenches there, the craziest ratio there would be, hold on, shout out to our sponsors, Rogue Shop. Be sure to check out Rogue Shop, boy. And they can take care of all of your anxiety needs, and they have a team of professionals there. Reach out to Rogue Shop. Information is in the description box. Be sure to use promo code LAW. And I saw my guy. I saw you, Toxic Tom. You said you 3.5. I want to know what type of 3.5 are you? You know what I'm saying? T-Mo4119 says, always fire content, brother. I hope Shotty sticks to his words. We look like we can be really tough team to beat, basically. I think we are. I really think that we are going to be a tough team to beat. But one of the things that I was going to go to of talking about Tommy is that when you're talking about winning down in the trenches, there's about 60 plays. In one play out of a game, you trying to win one. Yeah, that's crazy, huh? Put it like this. There's about 17 to 18 games we're going to play, right? 17 game season, right? Because we got the bye week. If he wins only once out of 60 plays out of those 17 reps, right? Out of those 17 games, he will be considered a world beater, right? Because that would be 17 sacks, right? That's a lot of sacks. And you're just trying to win one time out of 60. So that's how difficult it is to be an interior defensive player, right? And you ain't going to win them all and get to their quarterback. And his job is not, wait a minute, Toxic. Okay, there ain't no 3.5 you put in the backwood. You talking about something else. Oh, Lord, my God, Toxic talk. Toxic, man, what's going on with you?
And they understand the cost that.
Oh my gosh, man. Lord. Where's Jimmy Johnson at, man? He need to extend. But shout out to you, man. Boy, you crazy as cat hair, bro. Finn Jeremias, I think that's how you say that name. Booker T has only allowed 1 sack in his career in Alabama. Yeah. So now you can contextualize it. It's about, and I think college teams, they run a little bit more than 60 plays. I think they run about 65 to 70 plays on average, right? Oh, my gosh. So if you go and look at all of his snaps and you say, man, he only lost 1 time in his college career and he played about 3 seasons, that's a hell of a stat ratio. Hell of a stat, especially from the SEC, man. That's about one hell of a stat ratio. So with that being said, oh, my God, man. Toxic Tuz said, I play the whistle. I give it all I got. Yeah, but, man. Boy, look, it's still early, man, but, man, with 3.5, man, it's like throwing a hot dog down the hallway, bro. It don't matter how much work you gonna do. All right, back to football, but neither here nor there.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Let's get back to this video, man. Appreciate everybody for jumping in and tuning in to the nation, baby. Hey, let me get to this video that we were talking about. Come on with it. You know, the warrior that he could be, and especially like a name like a King Besto. Come on with it. So he's able to push and move things away. You know, he have a great bull rush. Now, the problems with it is that he do have troubles and issue disengaging with stronger guys. Nevertheless, that first jab is nice. And watch how he gets off of his release really good. And like I said, what you want to do is get the opposition off or out of their cylinder. Shoulder squared and making sure you drive through. Hey, be the aggressor. Attack, got his hands inside. Now it's time to release. As we can see here, feet always moving. And when you look at the reports of him, he got good feet for a big guy for 306 pounds. And he's able to get upfield, move things back, and get the sack here. So I do like that skill set out of him. Now here he is, and he's able to bend, get around, and make this particular tackle right here. As you guys can see, watch him right here. Inside right here, watch how he's able to get around, squeeze him, be the aggressor, take on to the economy. Hey, once those shoulders when you get an offensive lineman to get his shoulders turned, you won. D lineman, you won. Edge rushers, you get an offensive lineman to turn his shoulders, you won. They want to keep their shoulders squared, right? And he knows it. So the aficionados, he looking to see right now, with his eyes right here, he looking to see whether or not it's in a pull or snag, and they're going to call holding on him, right? But that's exactly what you're looking for. Get them shoulders turned, and now it's all about disengaging. Now you got to get to the opposition attack right here. Don't allow to get your body into a situation that you can't get out of. And once those shoulders are turned, you won the game. The name of the game is turn them shoulders of the offensive lineman, and he's able to do that, and he body slams him. So that quick get off is what we like out of his tape, the ability to burst around and get to the edge, and being able to win that one-on-one encounter is everything right there. So that is what Tommy brings to the table here. Hey, here he is on the edge, hand fight, and he disengaged. Once again, get them shoulders turned. You got them shoulders turned. He gets off of the edge here, and, you know, he gets those shoulders turned, and that's the battleship right here. I'm trying to turn him, you know. He's to the table here. Yeah. Hey, here he is on the edge. You can see where he made a mistake. He when you reach, he's teaching. When you're leaning forward, you lose power from your base. Everything that you do in life comes from the bottom part of your body. You know, you got to have some type of anchor to core down inside. And if you don't have that, you can drive foot and get off of it and get to the opposition here. So what an offensive lineman have to do is reset while he's already engaged. That's the difficult. Some don't. Some know how to anchor butt down inside and repivot and reset. But there's no redirect here, and he does a great job of defeating that. So that's what I like about Tommy on the outside. He used his own leverage against him, and he won that, and that's a sack right here. Yeah, that's a sack right here. You got to like that. And he's able to make the sack here. All right, so when you're talking about a 306-pound guy, right, that's 6'4", and he's able to get around, attack the outside shoulder swim, and once you get those shoulders turned, it's over with for any offensive lineman. So what you want to do, body emotion stays in motion. I don't stop my feet. He's holding, but I'm fighting through it, and I get the sack here. So, all right, so when I said don't stop your feet, D linemen, defensive edge guys, don't ever stop your feet on that, because that will give him a positioning to get right back in front of you. I get it. Naturally, we want to stop our feet, but you want to keep your feet busy. DBs, likewise. Slow feet don't eat, but once you stop your feet, you better be making a move on the ball. If you're going to stop them, don't go straight for the ball. But if you stop your feet, shoot, it's over with. It's over with, especially on that. It's to the house. It's to his house. So, and that's why it's so good to sink your hips down inside. So that's why we say those things. So do bigger interior guys got to have good hips too? Yeah, and to a degree. So that's all good stuff. Those are things that I look for out of him. I think that he's going to come right on in and fight for a spot. Of course, Osa is the number one guy. Solomon Thomas is the number two guy. But if you got a guy like Tommy who can get inside and get in as a rotational piece, this is a great thing. And then on top of that, ladies and gentlemen, his development will count major, because what we're looking for is a run stuffer, a stopper, someone who's willing to get in there and make something happen. And we're seeing as he body slam smooth right here and letting them know what the grass tastes like. I do like this skill set out of Tommy. I think that the Cowboys in the later round, they said, you know what? We need to fill in the hole for defensive tackle. I heard a lot of people talking about this, right? So why not go get a guy that can penetrate, get upfield? Like I said, he don't have heavy productions as it relates to sack, but his job is to let the linebackers flow. His job is to stop the run, and his job is to also create a little pressure here. Keep in mind, the star-studded guys will always be Micah Parsons, and as well as the edge rushers, whether it's Sam Williams, whether it's Fowler, whether it's a situation and scenario that Donovan, easy, can get in there and make something happen. Now we got a guy that can penetrate inside, and I can't wait to talk about the other guy. Oh my goodness. And we definitely going to talk about Jay. But neither here nor there, when you look at this particular tape, let's get it. Can he stop the run? Most importantly, that is what Matt Eberflus said he would bring to the table. It's just that, and I can't wait to see Tommy.
D lineman who loves to play D line, who takes pride in playing D line, very physical at the point of attack, and I'm here for the team. I'm here to win. The word that sums it all up is maturity, man. I learned about myself. I'm matured in many ways, and the best is ahead. I don't revert back to bad habits. I just keep going.
Indeed, keep going. So we're looking for someone that can stop the run, that can fit inside. He would be a great rotational piece. He's not the end-all, be-all. Keep in mind, you got Osa still that's going to be your starter, right? And then you have Solomon Thomas. What you're trying to do is create a competitive atmosphere. And if you got a guy that come out of college with 32 tackles, 1 sack, of course, last season from that D-line, that's a lot of tackles from a defensive lineman. That means that, hey, he rallies, he plays through the echoes of the whistle. I like what we were able to see. And on top of that, it was a late-round draft pick, so it's nothing to pop champagne bottles with, but it's something that we can look back on and say to ourselves, we got us a guy that his mindset is number one, stopping the run. And that's one thing that we definitely need. And kudos and credence to my guy, the Nigerian Tommy, King Abesto. Come on with it, DC for life. Post me your thoughts. Post me your concerns on Tommy and them. I do know that we had Rodgers last year. Rodgers still here. We do have Denzel Daxon here. We do have Luigi, but he's going to be on the edge. We just looking for a Mario now. So with that being said, our D-line across the board, can we get better? Yeah. I mean, will we get better now versus later, I don't know, Cowboy Nation. But when we look at this chart line right here, you may have to, like I said, squeeze on in and squint your eyes and all of this stuff to see this chart line right here. But we only got one blue player, and that is Parsons. One blue. And I ain't going to pull up our counterparts, you know. We ain't going to pull up the Washington and the Eagles and the Giants. But there are a lot of unknown knowns and knowns unknowns. Or I think I said it wrong, but I got my guy right here to help me out. Just help me out just a little bit.
Well, what I'm saying is that there are known knowns and that there are known unknowns. But there's also unknown unknowns. Things we don't know that we don't know.
Okay, so if I'm the coach, I'm sitting here telling everybody, hey, 58. My job is to replace you. I can't be looking like crazy out here. 58, I need to see something. And his releases is just so terrible. Now, this will be his third defensive coordinator in 3 years. So he got to learn a whole different technique and strategy and D-line coaches. Third different D-line coach, too. But we don't care. Nobody caring about his excuses. They paying him, aren't they? He ain't working for free. He's a millionaire right now. So some of y'all right now, y'all can work, you work all your life. And by the time you're 64, 65, you might hit the millionaire status. So people ain't worried about this young kid and his ability. And this is entertainment, right? You know. So come on, Mazi. Hey, that honeymoon phase is over with. We gave you 2 years. Now this is your third one, so we need to see something. You know. Cowboys Trey says, Law, can you remember the last time we stopped the run, fingers crossed? I do. Yeah, we did a great job. We just had ham, no burger, peanut butter, no jelly. 2015, baby. Shoot, we was good in 2015. On defense, believe it or not, I cannot believe it. Top 10 defense in 2015. But had quarterbacks that couldn't hit water if they fell off a boat. We finished third in rushing that year, too, by the way, with a committee, a slew of running backs. Yeah. After old boy got caught up with that colognes and draws and stealing stuff, we had Darren McFadden. We had refrigerator with legs, Alfred Morris. Boy, we had some crazy stuff happen in 2015. But we were able to stop the run that year. We just didn't have the offensive side. It's crazy. Toxic Tom says that SWAT in 07. Yeah, that was a real complete SWAT, you know. We just didn't have the cherry on the top that year as it relates to coaching. Yeah. Rob Marinelli or something like that. What we can say is that in 2015, we did have Matt Eberflus here, but he was in the capacity of a linebackers coach, you know. So something along that way, the Cowboys got to figure it out. But at the end of the day, we are not here to care about people's feelings, right? And Baby Boy, when he was on that show, Tyrese, he says, Yvette, girl, I lie to you because I care about your feelings. But we don't care about the feelings here. We got to tell the truth, right? And the truth of the matter is, if Mazi can't get off of his releases quick enough, it doesn't matter how strong you are, right? Because as an offensive line, I'm just trying to redirect. I'm trying to position myself. If I get my hands inside, there's nothing you can do. It's to the chest that wins, right? And I've never been 300 pounds. And the good Lord Almighty will never allow me to get to 300 pounds because I wouldn't want it, right? Shoot, I can eat all day. I ain't going to get to 300 pounds. When it's time for me to go into the ground, it would never say 300 pounds. I can book it, right? So I'm telling y'all, these boys that's out here at 300 pounds, you got to get quick with it. Mazi, there's some type of technique that he's going to have to figure out and learn. And he got less than 90 days to figure it out. Because that other kid, Jay, shoot, Toli, however you say that dude, that Tongan, yeah. And also Tommy and them, shoot, they ready for it. Denzel Jackson, oh boy, his calling card, he got a quick get off. So the honeymoon phase is over with now. You know, y'all know how it is. Hey, first couple of months, first couple of years, you're like, all right. But now, shoot, you know, if you're gonna be a stay-at-home lady, you're gonna have to do something now. You're gonna have to start cooking something. I mean, going out to eat all the time, and you at the house, you gonna have to start doing something, you know. Hey, yeah. You got to do a little bit more extra, cause that phase is going away, and somebody else will be loving to fit right on into that particular spot, right? So that's how that goes. We forgot about Brandon Yu's car, yeah, but here we go. This is all nickel formation, but let me go to base. So with base, you still have Mazi there, right? And no one is banging on the table talking about, hey, yeah, this defensive front looking furious, right? And it's another person that he's on paper thin notice. Law, you know, hey, he was hurt last year. He recovering, give him grace and mercy. Shoot. No. Because Williams, he's here. And there's going to be another shining toy. And that shining toy is Donovan. And I ain't talking about Wilson. I'm talking about Easy. Sidney Jones says Mazi, the rent is due. You know. And when the rent is due, you know, by order of law, the conviction status, unless you in the state of California, because California got weird conviction rules, eviction rules, I meant to say. Yeah. But in Texas, 30-day notice. If not, we'll call the authorities, baby, and tell them, hey, anything that you own in here, the locks are changed. We about to move stuff out. And if you are still here under these premises, right? Yeah, we will hold you under trespassing law. Yeah, you trespassing, you know. Yeah. But California law is a whole lot different. Yeah, you can be swatting in a house for 4 or 5 years and keep removing stuff in here and there. It's a whole different crazy stuff. People getting all in type of trouble with Airbnb still in California, believe it or not. Law is the best. Appreciate you, man. PDX, Cowboy fan, thank you so much, man. Facts, James P, appreciate you. And if whose birthday it is, put your name, was it Jay? Whose birthday it is today? Because I'm seeing y'all saying happy birthday. I want to give a shout out to the birthday girl or guy that's in here. Appreciate you. Happy birthday. I just want to say your name on your day. You know, the eviction shelf already is in front of Mazi crib. Yeah, they in front of them, you know. Yeah, but sometimes it goes all the way back to how Toxic Tom broke it down. When size do matter, but it's according to how you know how to utilize your size. Now, the first two coaches, maybe they didn't utilize Mazi's size to where he needed to be used. So let's see what he's going to look like. But, man, he getting a short leash, man, about 90 days. Yeah, you got about 90 days, man. They going to put you on probation, dog. Yeah. Law, Mazi, and Sam on 30-day notices out there. Okay. It's Marv's birthday. Happy birthday, Marv, man. Appreciate you. Is it CFT birthday? Happy birthday to you all. If it's your birthday this month, man, even though this month is at the tip of it, because next day will be the last day, right? Because the first is right around the corner. So happy birthday to all of the April babies out here, man. You know, April shower brings May flowers. So we finna have some flowers next month. So come on with it. Shoot, 30-day. Williams is getting rid of everybody. Yeah, so Jeremy Betts is somewhere. Okay, so Jeremy Betts, happy birthday to you, bro. Happy birthday to you and your whole family. Hope y'all can celebrate it well. All right, so size do matter. So, but with all of that being said, our only big hole on this defense now, one can argue, is, and we'll talk about this wide receiver thing. I got an X by Sam Williams. Not saying that I want him to go, because I that's my guy. I want him to excel in the 2025 season. I want him to get double-digit sacks. I want him to also understand that. Hear me out, ladies and gentlemen. He just signed with David Mulugeta. So if he get 10 sacks this season, I saw what David Mulugeta was able to get J.C. Horn. Right? And he only played like a spoonful of reps. So, hey, Sam Williams, I want us to have those good problems to have. Like, damn, man, we got to figure out a way to pay Sam Williams, right? Oh, man, because he had 10, 12, 13 sacks. I would love for that to happen for us. Yeah, get in the way. Yeah, I would love for that. And then we'll put something on the wages for him. Like, right, come on. Hey, Dan Quinn, you want a Sam Williams? Well, we want a second round and a fourth or something like that. Or first or something. You know, crazy things happen. But our other reservation would be Diggs right here, bone to bone, man. Look, last night we was on the Cowboys Collectives. You know, shout out to Foots. Shout out to everybody that's on that panel. But I know for sure, as DBs, and you got to stop, you got to go, you got to sink hips, you got to move, you got to laterally move, and you got to be able to cover. Now, my guy Vox Lombardi just dropped a video on Twitter talking about Chavon Revel, you know, is on his driver license. It states first round DB, right? On his driver license. But he was a steal in the third. So will he still have that dexterity? Will he still be elusive? The hope that I love to sell here, because I sell hope, I sell it, man. I put it all in the bottle and I shake it up and I say, hey, drink some of it, here you go. Hope in the bottle. You know, I got it all over here. I got it tattooed somewhere on my body. Hope, you know, hold on. Pain is ending. Come on, get you some of this. It's harmless, but it's hope. Yeah, get some of this. I hope that he can get back to true form, right? Anytime you have a skull fracture, missing teeth, and you're young, and you're working at Amazon, and you're getting back in school and shape, and you're doing your things that you're supposed to do, kudos and credence to Chavon Revel, you know. And his dad, he don't like the Cowboys. He love them. Shoo. But at the end of the day, I'm not putting the X that I want him to go. I'm just putting it, I'm making it a start in, you know. But what I'm telling y'all, let me get rid of that star, because somebody goes, hey, man, that's Gothic, law. That's Satanism or whatever, you know. But what I'm telling y'all, the temperaments of expectations, he's never been a physical corner anyhow, right? Diggs never been that, right? As you look at his run grades or what have you, I don't know if you can see it. Here you go. Yeah, here. 43, terrible, right? And the thing is, this kid, it's sad that he's in this spot or predicament. It's sad that Jerry Jones saying, hey, only God knows and Trayvon Diggs knows where he's going to be at in these sorts, and then turned around and said, hey, you going to be ready week 1. It don't work that way. You can't jump, shoot, and get in front of G.O.D. You know, G.O.D. got his own timing. And if you ever want G.O.D. to laugh at something, tell him your plans without including him, right? He's laughing at the fact that you saying that these are the things that you're going to do without reaching out to him. Come on with it. That's why I'm always, man, if it's your will, come on, if it's your will, let this happen, right? if you want me to, because this is what I'm going to do. But under you, I'm going to give it to you as far as the glory and all of this. But that's how we touch and agree, right? But at the end of the day, Diggs himself, if he's continued to work out, if he continue to get things going, we praying for him to have a speedy recovery. But science is science, right? And bone to bone, that's friction. And I don't know if he got any synovial fluid that can build up and get that protection on him and change his mental mindset. The mindset. Because I know who can come down, hit, and field. Bland don't have worries and issues about tackling. All right? Chauvin, Revo, SR, he don't have issues about tackling. Kyer Elam, although he need a sandwich, he don't worry about coming down and hitting and feeling. So I'm looking at the temperaments of the players that we have. And, of course, my guy, Josh Butler, he ain't worried about can I fit and hit and all of these stuff, even at his smaller size of like 190-something, 192 pounds or what have you. So he's not worried about can I hit, can I feel, can I do X, Y, and Z things. Yeah. He gonna come right down and hit and feel. And speaking of that, I did the video just the other day. Yeah, I can't play that audio, but I did the video of him just the other day, of him coming down and hitting and feeling, right? And one of the things that he put in that comment box, yeah. So I'm seeing that a lot of people, y'all love Josh Butler, and he may just be the secret sauce if he can come back. And he had an ACL. Yeah, everybody, he slept on. He balled out. His dude give me passion, good luck on the upcoming season. Everybody speaking glowingly. One thing I can tell y'all about the Cowboys, I'm going to tell y'all about the Cowboy fans. Y'all can't play no poker. Cowboy fans, real Cowboy fans, and some of y'all in here, y'all can't play poker. If y'all don't like a player, oh my goodness, it's going to be on there. Boy, if you don't like a player, Cowboy fans in general, if you don't like a player, he don't even have to play a game. Y'all gonna let people know in the comment box. Oh yeah, it ain't no ifs, ands, and buts about it. But if you like someone, if you like them, you're gonna see it in the comment box. You're gonna see it. So here's another thing. We will fight each other over players because the fan base, I believe, is kind of like either it's 50-50, 60-40, 70-30, maybe 80-20, or 90-10 when we start polling. Bring back Amari Cooper. All right, so we're finna do this right quick. If you want Amari Cooper back in the building, right, put 1 in the chat. If you don't want Amari Cooper, just put 0. Judgment free, you know what I'm saying? Judgment free zone, Yeah, judgment free. We ain't judging y'all, so judgment free. I need to know from y'all. Okay, all right, one. Jeremy, birthday boy, put 1, 2. Johnny said 2. You want 2 times, Amari, okay? Johnny says 0, 1.5 for Ice. Trick says, hell no, 0. So, okay, giving me more of a 90-10 type of vibe. Okay, all right. 90-10. So 90% of y'all want him. About 90-10. Okay, good. So not all of y'all turned on him. Okay. Now it's getting more to 80-20 vibes. Okay, 80% of y'all almost agreeing with Amari Cooper. Well, let's listen to some of this from the 105.
So what is this wide receiver 2 news that came around yesterday?
So we will be able to ask, like I said, Nick Harris directly about this. Nick Harris, a resident of Princeton, will be driving up to join us during the Expressway tomorrow. We'll have Nick Eatman a little bit later on, 9:20 today, to talk about this topic. But Nick Harris had written yesterday that while there's been some attention on the trade market, and you've got these different names that people have speculated about. Could Dallas be interested in George Pickens? Where they call it, Todd Archer reported they called about some AFC North receiver. He didn't say George Pickens, but a lot of people have figured that must have been George Pickens. But Nick Harris wrote that while there has been that focus there, there's still the availability of free agents. And he listed some potential options. Keenan Allen, Nelson Aguilar, Robert Woods.
That boy said Nelson Aguilar. Hell no, And I thought Robert Wood signed with someone. But, let me let them boys finish. It's down to these two, though. Keenan Allen and Amari. That's what I'm believing. Yeah.
Okay.
However, there is building team interest in bringing free agent Amari Cooper back for a reunion in Dallas, according to a Star Telegram source.
Okay.
And I don't know
why. What happened?
Well, so here's the thing. I don't know if there's ever been, if you look at Amari Cooper and the way he left here, it was not the same intensity at all. So but if you want to talk about a 2 on a 10-point scale, it's a distant relative of people being upset about the Luka trade. Like a 2 on a scale of 10. Don't mistake me and say that it's in the same universe. But
it's not in the same universe. So yeah, you're right with that. And just right, Mark. Shout out to you on the Facebook. Allen or Cooper, flip a coin. A lot of people saying that Amari Cooper is old. I think Amari Cooper is still younger than Dak Prescott, if I'm not mistaken. I think he's about 30, or he just hit 30, 31 or something like that. To contextualize it, Keenan Allen is 33, so he's about 3 years or 2.5 years older than Amari Cooper. Right, Amari Cooper is just one of those younger guys with an old face. Well, he don't have an old face. He just been around the league, graduated early. I guess that's what it is, because he still got like a child's face, right? I'm all everywhere with Amari Cooper face, because he still look like the dude to me off of Power. He look like Tyreek, don't he? Tyreek, but neither here nor there. And Coop, man, don't come get me. But to contextualize it. When we got Terrell Owens, he was 33 years of age. When Terrell Owens came to the Cowboys, he was 32, turned 33. That's crazy, right? And nobody was talking about Terrell Owens' age. And I'm not saying that Amari Cooper is Terrell Owens, right? Oh, so Keenan Allen just turned 34. Okay. Yeah, okay. He would turn 31 in June. This is from Majori. Shout out to you. So I'm not being ageist or what have you, but I am being realistic on this particular aspect. If Amari Cooper came here the first time and he helped, and I'm telling y'all, he helped CD Lamb. Right? Yeah, Jay Lombardi says, bro, always look old. Let me tell you, Amari Cooper looked old when he had them post-chop sideburns, right? That's what made him look old. But when he cut it off, he looked just like Tyreek off of Power, right? He looked just like him, just a bigger, taller version of him. All right, so Frederick Davis, Google is free. Frederick was like, hey, Cooper's 30. Yeah, so yeah, appreciate y'all. So I'm just telling y'all that Amari Cooper, he is a kind of caliber guy that we can add in and tell him with Mingo, Jalen Brooks, not Jonathan Brooks. Shout out to Jonathan Brooks for the Carolina Panthers. But Jalen Brooks and Jalen Tolbert, they can learn something. He's an upgrade. We can talk about upsides all day, man. We can talk about possibilities that these guys can turn the corner. But this is a year-to-year league. I'm trying to win. And if he can't do things the way that I want to do, then you can always cut him from there, right? No love lost. But it's a lot to gain. That's just what we're trying to get at. Yeah, Johnny says Coop is a progress stopper. For who? What progress do you want to see more from Jalen Brooks? What progress do you want to see more from Jalen Tolbert? What progress and processes do you want to see from Mingo, right? Jeez. Shoot. Well, Mingo, you know. I mean, come on. You can still have 3 wide receivers out there. But we done seen enough. Stack talent. You know what? You know what team don't give a orangutan backside about progress stopping? The Eagles. Yeah. Shoot. They said, okay, yeah, we'll bring in Jahan Dotson, right? They already had a Paris Campbell. Paris Campbell couldn't even see the field. They brought in Jahan Dotson. And all of the time we were talking about, man, he ain't going to do nothing for them damn Eagles. I turned on the TV and had my popcorn. Man, this damn Super Bowl. There go Jahan Dotson out of nowhere with a touchdown in the Super Bowl, right? So what I'm getting at is that I'm not here for style points and these sorts of things. I'm here to win. I'm here to win. W-I-N. That's what we're trying to do. But let's listen to the rest of these guys, man. And shout out to 105.3, The Fan. They do not a good job. They do a great job for help for their particular organization over there. Be sure to click that link. That's how you get the fullness of that video, and we're going to listen to it.
But it's a distant relative somewhere on you look on the genealogy chart, and you're like, oh, look, I'm related to the intensity of a lucha. People were furious when Cooper got traded. You were furious. I remember we were doing an event at Twin Peaks, Eat, Drink, Scenic Views. We were doing an event at the Twin Peaks in Burleson.
Shout out to Twin Peaks.
And it was a fan event.
That's
for
Darren Posey.
Amari Cooper got traded, and you went on the fan roundtable and you blamed me for the poor return. You said that you exposed their business too much.
Right.
And you ruined the value they potentially could have gotten. Yeah. People are still upset. They will invoke the 5th round pick that you got back for Amari Cooper. It's years later.
They should. It's your fault.
And this is one of the guys that they were absolutely enamored with here in Dallas. People loved him. They thought he was a straight shooter. He got here and he just changed the offense overnight in 2018. He talked so much about how badly he wanted to be a Cowboy. He was a free agent. Washington threw a ton of money at him. A ton. Way over what Dallas was going to pay. And he turned it down to come back to Dallas. And then things fell apart. And people, I think, felt like he was always unfairly scrutinized by the organization. A lot of people always blamed it on the vaccine. That he didn't get the COVID vaccine, and they were upset about it, and that's what ultimately ended things here.
Right. Tell us the truth, then.
They were not happy he didn't get it. That's true. Because they felt like it cost them his availability at one point in the 21 season. I think it was the Chiefs game.
Because as time went on, we've seen that, if you get the vaccine, you don't get COVID again.
Right. Well, I mean, that's probably why it wouldn't be as much of a sticking issue for them today. But at the time, they were upset with him.
Right.
Hey, everybody else said, my body, my choice. Let that man have his choice, right? Shoot. 30 years from now, you don't know what that vaccine going to do to you. I'm just saying. And if you took the shot, then, hey, you just took the shot. Not saying that anything going to happen to you, right? But it was his body, his choice, and he decided to say, hey, the vaccine that's going to kill it for me is what God gave me. You know what I'm saying? Antibodies and all of this other stuff. And he caught COVID or C-19 or had false. It was crazy. It was a false positive, right? And he had to sit out a game, and just because he refused to do it, they had to sit him out a game or something like that. But he's alive, walking and doing well, So I just don't like when people try to force your hand to do something that you feel deep down in your heart that you don't need to do it. And the shot or jab or whatever you want to call it, it didn't stop it from spreading, right? So even if you had it, and you can still spread it. So that was another part of it, and it was just so much, man. So 2020, like I said, that year was a weird year. And then 2021 was even more of a weirder year, going into the world is back opening up and things of that nature. Yeah, just like C. Nick said, pandemic. So, but, they got the monies that they needed to get done from that. And companies got billions of got doggone kickbacks, man, for hospitals got billions, baby. And I ain't going to look, don't shut me down for telling the truth, y'all. But it is for what it is. And they cooking up some other type of recipe now as we speak. Watch. It ain't over with. People are greedy and they cooking up something else. Just be waiting for it.
I think you and Sean you guys, I've heard you guys tell stories of you guys being in Oxnard and getting the vibes out there, talking to people at, different parties and events and things like that, oh yeah, they're not happy with Amari Cooper this year that he's in this position.
Right.
But I will say that the biggest issue to Amari Cooper leaving here, the biggest reason for Amari Cooper leaving here is no longer in the building, and that's Mike McCarthy's gone. Mike McCarthy didn't like Amari Cooper, and Amari Cooper I don't think was particularly fond of McCarthy. And so that was...
What was the issue?
Just like anything, that damn Big Mike, man. Now, I will have to give an apology openly, to Jerry Wayne and them, because I was looking at it like, damn, the whole time they took Amari Cooper away from Mike McCarthy. And now I'm on the other end of it. So as a man of my word, I apologize. But I'm never going to say I'm sorry, right? Don't y'all ever speak that into y'all lives. So all of those people that's watching right here, take I'm sorry out of your vocabulary, because what you're doing is everything that you ever seen in your life was spoken into in existence. And if you are saying that you are the SORRY, you become that very much so thing, right? So I'm telling y'all right now that never say that. Just say apologize. Excuse me, I apologize. My apologies. Just try to put that into your life, but never declare that you are that S word. Come on with it.
Two just different people, honestly. I think if they would have been able to get past some of their quirks the way that they are, I think they really would have liked each other. Because the issue was Amari Cooper is so damn smart. He's really smart, and he's
is he a Y guy?
Yeah, he's so analytical. And things have to make sense to him. He's like
chess player.
He's a chess player. He's an engineer. He's like he's a.
Is he an engineer?
No, I'm just saying this is the type of.
Yeah, you might as well say he.
I was like, dang man,
computer programmer. Like it's got. You have to. You can't just say, hey, Amari, I want you to do this. This was a big problem he had with Sanjay Lal, the receivers coach. So Sanjay Lal would say, you need to do this, and Amari would go, that doesn't make sense to me. So no. Or he would go, that doesn't make sense. Why?
Why
do I need to do this? Because I told you to. Okay, but what you're saying doesn't make sense, so I'm going to keep doing it this way.
Yeah.
Because if you can't explain it to me, if you can't tell me why this is the best way to do it, I can't. And it wasn't, it's so difficult. It comes off as so difficult, and in the end it is, I guess. But in reality, it's just, that's the way he is. He needs it explained to him. It's got to make sense. Because if it doesn't make sense to him, he can't fathom, why would I do that? That's not the right way. So, think about Mike McCarthy. And Mike McCarthy is very much about, hey, I told you to do something, do it. Don't question me. Don't be insubordinate. Don't push back. So that naturally created something, or had a vision for the offense, or there was something along those lines. Then there was a resistance at times from Amari because it wasn't explained to him. Like, he wouldn't practice.
Well, let me break this down. We seen, whereas, and let me see if I can pull this away, get away for right quick. We seen analysts, and I don't know where we put the blame on Kellen Moore too, right? And we put the blame on the head coach. Whereas analysts would say, why would the Cowboys, y'all remember this? Like let's say I'm just dial up a play. Why would the Cowboys have, let's say, a route that runs like this, and then you have another route that runs like this, and they both stop at the same location, right? And people were saying, like, what was the point of that route? Why do y'all remember that? Just let me know, put a 1 in the chat if y'all remember, like, you have two players in the same spot, and Dak Prescott got to go to one of these guys. But the DB, it brings everybody to that same location. And they're like, we don't know why would a play caller will design a play for two receivers to be in the same spot. Just put a 1 in the chat if y'all remember that. I will pull the game. But there's been so many times, I believe the first Green Bay Packers game that we seen, whereas we was like, damn, he threw an INT there. Why would he throw one there? Oh, and they had everybody meeting at the same spot. The damn tight end was like right here. And we sitting there like, come on, man. Like why would you do that? I guess if you have a guy like Amari Cooper, he's sitting there saying, this doesn't make sense. Break it down. Why would we have why would we have both of us in the same spot? Who can be the clear out? Why I just can't take this spot right here instead of funneling him inside? Why I can't just do a clear out? Why I just can't be over here somewhere, right? Well, that makes more sense, for him to get underneath and I clear out that way. And there's been so many times now. Y'all reach out to Bobby, man, and tell him, man, just hit him up on Twitter or wherever he may be at and say, man, thank you, Bobby, for clearing up the people's mind and breaking it down from afar on explaining to us why everybody was in the same spot on this particular defense against that particular concept. Because that's basically what he's saying. And Amari Cooper would literally be like, hey, this doesn't make sense right here. Are you defiant? No, I'm just telling you from a chess component, if we got these guys that's doing this, why I can't just be a drag out underneath? Well, you complaining. No, well, I'm telling you that this would work. No, you complaining, Amari Cooper. Just run the damn play like I called you to run the play. No, I'm telling you it's not going to work. And then when it don't work, he's defiant. He's uncoachable. He's talking about me behind my back. He's challenging me. And that's exactly what we are hearing, from this whole excerpt. Come on with it. Shout out to you, Sadiq. Thank you so much for the super chat.
$10. Law, if they bring Amari back, I will send you $50.
Shoot.
Smiling face with hearts, smiling face with hearts, smiling face with hearts.
Come on, Amari Cooper. Law need this $50, man. Come on. I need that for the Oxnard song. Yeah, come on. We appreciate you for the $10 super chat. And, hey, she already know what it is. Sadiq already know for what it is. And it is just this right here, y'all.
And they understand the cost that is involved. They understand the cost that is involved.
Okay, you said it twice, guy. Come on with it. Shoot, she understands.
I also think McCarthy hated how frequently he wouldn't practice.
Well, the practice thingy, that was, I don't know why I said thingy there. It's one thing leaving Italy. Like they put, Peyton, did you notice this when you were there? They put an A on the end of every word. You want a drink?
Drinker.
For the accent.
It's everything has an A on the end, like literally everything. The bathroom.
It sounds like that's a cousin of Valley Girls.
They're singing.
Like they put an A on the end of it instead of a question mark, like Valley Girls do.
Yeah. They sing everything. They sing everything there. I hated he doesn't like football. I hate that guy. I hate the guy who says, "Oh, does he love football?" You don't have to love your job to be great at it.
Well, and I think
Do you think people who have that are great at like really difficult jobs, like manually tough jobs, do you think they love their job, or do you think it's a job like they're good at it?
Well, and I think he's also I think he's so academic about the job,
right?
Like, and he views it as such a like he's almost like a professor or a researcher or something, where it's just like it's all. Did you ever see the movie Oppenheimer?
Who?
No.
Okay, well, in the movie Oppenheimer, they talk about how
you spelled
he's
it.
So brilliant.
Y'all put it in the chat.
And he understands everything, and he sees things in a way that so many other people didn't. But like his lab work and some of the other things he did, he didn't have a love for the lab the way he needed to. But it all made sense to him, and he was fascinated by it and wanted to make sure that the science was correct. And for Amari Cooper, I think it's science to him. It's stuff that makes sense. He's obsessed with how does it work and how does it function at its best. Is he like,
it ain't no porn movie?
Play ball. I could go play ball in the
backyard.
As long as
ain't no porn
Sandlot
movie.
football and stuff like that. No, not. I mean, there's not that. I do think he loves the game. I just think his love for the game is expressed.
Let me see what y'all talking about. Oppenheimer. Images, okay. Is it a good one? I can go spend some weekends watching this. Is this a real good one right here? Put a 1 in the chat if it's good. Put a 2 in the chat if this is a terrible movie, So he's saying that he's so smart. I love these type of movies too, by the way. You learn something. I like movies you learn something from it. Dramatizations of life of story of J. Robert Oppenheimer, a physicist who had a large hand in developing the atomic bomb. Oh, Lord. This dude made the bomb. Okay, all right. I'm going to have to go back and... It's 5-star seminar. Okay, all right. Yeah. I would play the trailer, but they'll hit me with the copy. It would be dope if YouTube allow you to play the trailers to movies, right? It's to promote the movie, you know what I'm saying? It's on Prime, okay, and Peacock. Okay, I got both of them. So definitely will be watching that one when time permits. But let me get over to these guys once again.
It's differently than somebody else who's just like, man, I love ball. I can do it. And I think that's hard for guys like McCarthy who have that head buddy. Mm-hmm. Now, this staff, I think Schottenheimer, who never got a chance to work with Amari Cooper.
Oppenheimer, Schottenheimer.
I think Schottenheimer would really respect Amari Cooper and really like the way he goes about his process.
It would be a really good fallback option.
Is a fallback option from what, though?
From taking somebody in the draft.
So, we're already past that. So, you're not talking about fallback option from exploring a trade or other free agents?
No, I'm talking about from the draft.
Hold on, is it a movie or a series? Because them series, I just finished up Euphoria, and I was saying, okay, now I'm mad because I got to wait for the new Euphoria to come out, Okay, great movie, Law, D-Block, okay, it's a movie. Okay, great. I can watch it. Them series, you got to spend a whole time to watch them things. He regretted making the nuclear bomb. Yeah. They can really shut down this whole entire world if all of them go off at one time. I want to know if we got a guy that can create the time machine, I would definitely hook him up, because I would go back to 1993 and I'll find out where Jerry and Jimmy trying to go to that bar together. Whatever. Jimmy trying to, Jimmy was at the bar and Jerry was going there. Yeah. I'll make Jerry catch a flat or something, And Jerry would be like, I can't get into that bar, butterfly effect. If we kept Jimmy Johnson for all of those stints of years, just like the Patriots had their long run, we would have had that. I think we would have had at least 7 rings with Jimmy. 7 rings. 7 rings. Jimmy would have won it in 96, 97, and I think that instead of the Denver Broncos winning back-to-back, I think those were the time frames that the Cowboys would have won. Yeah. We would have won whooping ass all the way into 2000s with Jimmy. Then we probably had all fall a little bit in 03, 04. Yep. And then Jimmy could retire or what have you, Yeah. And then let somebody else under Jimmy take over the coaching thing from here. Or Jimmy could have still been coaching. That would be crazy, wouldn't it? Shoot, Jimmy had at least 8 rings in him, didn't he? Charles, you like me. Jimmy had at least 8 rings in him. Yeah. The hardest part, I believe, would have been for Jimmy is to absolutely cut Troy Aikman and Emmett and Michael Irvin. That would have been the hardest thing, is to absolutely look them in their eyes and tell them, But then again, I take that back. Jimmy probably would have cut them dudes without even blinking an eye. Yeah. He did Steve Walsh bad like that, too. He probably traded Troy. Just now that I'm thinking of it, Jimmy probably would have traded Jay Novacek, Troy, Moose, all of them. Jimmy had no heart like that. He had a heart of stone, right? He probably was like, Troy, you throw another INT, I'm going to send you to Cleveland. Come on with it. Shoot. And keep Bernie Kosar or somebody,
Now, one of the
big... They can get somebody younger, because I don't know, how much does Amari have actually left?
So that's the thing. One of the big things we talked about at the end of last season, you remember this, was
do.
What's going on with Amari Cooper in Buffalo? Like, is he like
as a mid-year trade?
But he's shown before mid-year trade he can walk right in and he was fine.
Yeah.
And this was something where he walked right in and he contributed. Very first game there, 4 catches, 66 yards, 1 touchdown, and then he's inactive a couple weeks later, and then he was inactive the final game of the season. And if you look at, he was on the field for 80 snaps in the playoffs, and he wasn't a factor at all. And there's a lot of people, the word from a lot of people, it feels like, around the league heading into this offseason was they thought he was cooked. And I don't know how much it is that he's cooked. He's always been banged up. He's always had health issues. But, I mean, you're talking about a guy he's going to be 31, which is obviously not, it's no spring chicken. But, I mean, he is somebody who should have something left. There should be something you can tap into there. And he is still such a precise, incredible route runner.
Yeah. Look, I mean, I'd be down. Like I said, I'd be down with it. I would be down with it if they were able to do that. It would take away some of the sting of not getting a wide receiver.
Would you rather have Keenan Allen or Amari Cooper?
Amari.
Okay.
All right, let's poll the people that's in the chat here. Keenan Allen or Amari Cooper again. 1 for Coop, 2 for Allen. 1 for Coop, 2 for Allen. 1 for Coop, 2 for Allen. A time machine for the Cowboys is wild, Josh. Come on with it, man. Shoot, give me one of them. Shoot, I'm going to T-Mo right now. I'm going to get mine from T-Mo. Shoot, they probably put me. Yeah, I probably jump into the wrong time. Go get him! Get him! I said, oh, shoot, they finna get me, y'all. I went too far back. Boy, the ancestors mad at me for that joke. But come on with it. Get him. He used a Temu time machine. Go get him. Get him. And then I go back to Mississippi too. Lord. All right, 1-1-1. A lot of y'all on Amari Cooper. No twos. Okay, I got Rico. He's a Keenan Allen guy. Yeah. All right, I get my time machine from Amazon instead of Temu, okay, or TikTok Shop. All right, 1, Cooper is faster and better separator. Yep, and then you can play him inside and out. I think Keenan has been accustomed to being inside, not saying that he can't play on the outside, and to a degree, he is a little bit more physical than Keenan, and both guys would benefit, help the team out or what have you. But I do like to use this analysis from my partners, the Draft Shark. Appreciate them so much for their support. With the nation, they have unbelievable details and things of that nature of breaking down players' propensity, chances of them being injured. All right. So Keenan Allen, he's 6'2", 211 pounds, and he's got 12 years of experience. They got him at the age of 33. And then they got his chart injury history right here. And they talk about the risk versus the reward if you want to go and sign him. Now, they break down every single injury that he had from college all the way up until now. He had shoulder issues. If we go back in 2023, AC joint, I meant to say, and he had it in 2012. Oh, I can't read today. Let me go from the top. Okay, he had it initially in 2014, clavicle fracture, and then he had it again in 2013. Well, they just put these dates anywhere, right? They kind of sandwiched 13 in front of the 14. And then he had it in 2023, a sprain. So that clavicle and that shoulder AC joint area is terrible for him. And then he had a kidney laceration, abdomen, in 2015. He had something to do with a growing pool in 14 and 15, hammy in 19 and 2022. And there was a grade 1 and a grade 2. And then these are the knees, the ACL tear, grade 3, knee PCL, grade 2, and then a knee, grade 1. And then we had the aspect of this right here. I never thought about pulling up Revel. But what they have here is chances. To contextualize it, right? Chances of him being hurt again is a 74.9% chance, Chances of missing at least 2 quarters. chances per game is a 7.8, you know. So those are the things that you can look at. So he get a scale of a 3.8 durability. Yeah. The boy says Broken Mountain. That's not good. But the other caveat to it is if you pull up Amari Cooper, I think the chances are still the same. Now, he's 6'1", 210, and he's at the age of 30. And if you look down, yeah, he's been battered and bruised like a piñata too. So you got a head injury, concussion in 17 and 2023. And somebody cracked his cranium. Let me see, is it?
Let me crack your cranium and
Cranium.
fertilize your brain.
That boy had a cranium crack, boy. Jeez. And then he had a sternum, chest, bruised ribs in 2021 and 2023. And then he had a hand deal in 2024. Hey, wrist sprain and all of this stuff. And he had a groin, a hernia, thigh hamstring, which was a grade 1. And quad bruise, knee patella sprain. And then he had his feet, all type of foot problems from here. And he have a 73.7, durability at 5.0. So he projected to miss at least 2.8 games or 3 games. So let me see. And my guy's projected to miss 3. So he's a little bit more injured than Amari Cooper. So one is projected to miss 2.5 games, and Amari Cooper is projected to miss at least 2.5 games, and Keenan Allen is projected to miss at least 3.5 games. So those are, the guys there. I never thought about pulling up Shavon Revel and see if he's on this chart. I doubt if he's going to be updated to this list. But let's see. You can never hurt. It never hurt to try to pull him up. Let's see if they got him up in here. Let's see, Revel. No, they don't have him up in here. I thought they did. Hold on, let me try one more time. Yeah. Yeah, they don't have him. They don't have him in here. He's too young. Yeah. But with that being said, they paid the cost to play in the National Football League. You're right with that, ladies and gentlemen. You gotta play. You gotta pay to get in. And you get paid ransom. You get paid good money, though. He ain't getting paid dog water, y'all. He is not getting paid dog water at all. He getting paid big coins. Yeah, Too Cool says, please open up the lines. And speaking of the line, if you are in the Dallas area, right, and you've been traveling around here and there and things weirdly happen to you, right? Like weirdly happen to you, like literally. Like you've been watching things that happen left and right, and you trying to get things going the best way possible. Well, I got this to pull up for you, and you can reach out to our partners too, but let me show you if these type of things happen for you or to you, and you're trying to clear up your name and everything. Let me see if I can pull this up, because this is wild right here. It's very wild right here. Come on with it. If this happened to you. Yeah. Yeah. So what you gonna do here is reach out to all partners, man.
It starts from the first phone call. Most of the time, you're going to talk to Gene Burkett, a 30-year partner. You're not going to talk to some employee that just got put on the phones that day.
There are things that are so crucial, especially if it's a cataclysmic event, to have our experts get out and look at the vehicle,
understand the
witness
cost.
statements, photos, the whole thing.
Call Frenkel first. Chosen by the people, feared by the insurance companies. Call Frenkel first.
That's 214 or 817. And all other threes you can dial. Reach out to our partners, Frenkel and Frenkel Personal Injury Lawyers. They have a combined over 100 years of experiences. They are located here in the heart of Dallas. They would not take advantages of you like those insurance companies. No. They will help you. Keep this in mind. If you can't dial that number, visit FrenkelFirm.com and someone will be able to direct you to a better situation from there. Keep this in mind. That's 817 and all of the threes you can dial, or the 214 and all of the threes you can dial. In the meantime, in the between time, you can hit up Law Nation Sports, 657-390-7391 as well. And we can help you out with your needs here, just not legally. Just hit up my guys, Frenkel for that. Come on with it. Yes, put Frenkel Firm in the chat for your boy with some fire from the 910. You are in. Come on with it, bro. Talk to me.
Hey, Lo, first of all, we about to start using Frenkel for these Dallas Cowboys content creators.
Well, come on with it. Hey, like, I'm calling Frenkel on you, man. Call that number. Tell him Law sent me.
Hey, Lo,
talk to me.
Come on. Like, let's. That's why I need every Cowboy fan that's on this call right now and online right now to understand what I'm saying. That's why about week 7, week 9, either we're delusional or we're in a frantic. Right?
Break that down.
We're sitting here talking about the Cowboys changing culture, changing the processes, this awesome ass draft we just had.
Right.
And the 2 receivers that we can talk about right now going out there getting is one that has 744 yards,
right,
and one that has 547 yards.
Right.
The one that has 741 is the one that everybody don't want. The one that had 547 is the one that everybody do want.
Right.
So I got a question then, right?
Come on, break it down.
You said that they get everything that they needed out of Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper went to a team, the Buffalo Bills, that didn't have no number 1 receiving. Diggs just had left. What did he do with the Bills?
Well, at the same time, the Bills did utilize him, and they won. Did you see him play in the Bills?
Barely.
Yeah. Barely, but the 2 games that he did showed up and showed out, he was very valuable for that particular organization. You know, they did win games with him.
No, he played 8 games with them though.
Yeah, but you saw his impact for those 8 games. Granted, you know, it was a mid-season type of move. That is a very difficult thing to do. But what are you getting at? What are you getting at? Are you saying that? Are you getting at? Hold on. Are you getting at the fact that you would rather have Jalen Brooks and Jalen Tolbert over Amari Cooper?
Man, listen, man. Jalen. So again, everybody got to go do their own research, man. When you talk about Jalen Brooks and Jalen Tolbert had 610 yards and 7 touchdowns.
Okay.
Amari Cooper had 547 and 4 touchdowns.
Okay.
I don't want none of the 3.
You don't want none of the 3. Well, what do you want?
What I'm saying though, is this. Well, when we get to week 7 and week 9, this is why we at where we at in week 7 and week 9. We're either delusional fans or frantic fans, right? Because we do stuff like this. If we had an awesome draft and we didn't use no draft capital to trade and get nobody right now, and we're looking at 2026 draft picks right now. Take your ASS out there, either trade for Garrett Wilson. I don't have to trade a first.
Yeah.
Trade for Pickens. Find another receiver.
We talking about the Cowboys, though, you know, and we talked about Pickens. We talked about Wilson or Williams. Garrett Wilson, right? Wilson, right? We talked about that kid, right? And the Cowboys says no, they're not going to do that. They're not going to give up those resources, unfortunately.
So don't give them up, right? But
right.
Is what we,
they're looking for cap friendly moves, selectively aggressive. You know.
I understand that, Law. But what I say too though is this: as creators and stuff, and everybody that socialize with the Cowboys, we do this every year. And we can rewind the films. We can rewind every broadcast.
But does this hurt? Does this hurt the team, or does this help the team of our opinions? Because that's all we got. We can't control what Jerry and Steven do, but this doesn't hurt the team, does it?
No, we don't know if it hurt the team until years later or a year or 2 later, right? The same thing was said about Mazi. When we went and got Mazi, they said that was a good draft that the Dallas Cowboys had. They got Mazi and they got Shoemaker, right?
Schoonmaker,
they said that was a good draft. Schoonmaker, they said that was a good draft. What I'm saying now is things like this. That was a good pickup. But was it a good enough pickup for them to pass on Burden? From Missouri. Right?
I think Burden wasn't there. I think Burden wasn't there at that time. So there are reports that
Burden went into the 3rd round.
No, he went before that time frame, didn't he, Chat? Did Burden go before that part? in the second round? I thought he was picked up way before that time frame.
Wasn't no way before.
I don't know, but keep going with what you're trying to say.
But my thing is this though, like it's picks like the D easy pick where you just go out and get a defensive end. Yes, he had 16 sacks. So when you talk about usage and everything you did at a college level as defensive end, he's the best defensive end when it comes to usage that came out of college this year with the 16 and a half sacks. Got that. But when you go get Booker and you know you needed a first round and you know you needed a receiver,
right?
Why not get Burden if he was there for you to take?
What's the identity of this team?
We gonna ground and pound.
All right, so that makes more sense to go get the big boy so you can ground and pound. You know what I'm saying? So that's just what it is.
Pounding law, they already took Booker, but that damn defensive end is on offense.
Well, they went with BPA, best player available. Burden went before that pick. So if Burden was there, maybe
3 or 4 picks before, right?
Yeah. So they would have. And I heard reports that they would have taken Burden if he was there, but unfortunately he wasn't.
No, but that's what I'm saying. That's what we messed up.
But in closing, in
closing, I would take a 5th and a 6th and a 2nd round pick to trade up and get Burden.
But see, we can only talk about what the Cowboys should do, right? Even if I say it, doesn't mean that it qualifies as the thing that they will do, right? So I get it. I get your frustration. I wanted the Cowboys to package up most of these picks and move up and get many players they can in the top 100. But they have a different philosophy. So I can only be reactive now and talk about what we did go out there and get, right? And what we can do and what we will look like if we go get an Amari Cooper. Or if we don't get an Amari Cooper, what will be the levels of expectations if we don't? And that's leaning on that.
No.
Yeah, you play ball. You play ball.
We look like clowns. We look like we're right now. We're screaming between Amari Cooper and Keelan Allen. We're talking about 2 people that's over the age of 30. We're talking about 2 individuals that even grossed 800 yards last year, regardless of how they was used in the systems that they had last year. Tolbert still had more yards than Amari Cooper. He had 90 less yards than your boy Keelan Allen.
And with all of that being said, that's the whole point of creating content. It's a content creating. We creating the content, right? Tolbert, if Tolbert was any good value in us talking about Tolbert, we will be doing that. But Tolbert is not any good of value. And the Cowboys already expressed that the fact that they are looking to replace Tolbert. You know, so that's why we are talking about this. They said that they reached out to a AFC people about getting AFC North about getting a wide receiver, right? So if they never mentioned that, we wouldn't be having this conversation, right?
No, but we having the conversation because you got somebody like Dak again. And it's not nothing against Dak, and it's not to protect Dak. You got somebody like Dak that talks about Tolbert. Dak likes Tolbert. Schottenheimer likes Tolbert, right? What a lot of people don't understand is this: Tolbert and Mingo is coming up on contract years. Let's just say, hypothetically speaking, they go out and they get 1,000 yards this year, and they want up to $13 to $15 million for 1 year. Now you're forcing the Dallas Cowboys off 1 year to give you 15, and they have to do it because if they don't do it, then you getting that tag franchise money if we tag you to force us into a contract with you. The Cowboys screw the poop all the time when it comes to this. Mingo and Tolbert are all in contract years right now. So just say they both get 1,200 yards this year. We're screwed.
Yeah, but they both ain't getting 1,200 yards though, bro. I appreciate you.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
I'm quite sure.
On 1 year showing it.
Yeah, but that's the price of doing business as well. Unfortunately, but I appreciate you for calling in. Too cool.
All right, I'll be good.
Yeah, good call from him, man. Still good call from my guy. But at the end of the day, you know, it's about supply and demand. Anybody that's out here looking at us and getting angry about what we say, it's about supply and demand. The demand of you guys wanting to know more details about Amari Cooper is why we're doing this live stream, right? And going back and forth as far as analysis between Keenan Allen and Amari Cooper is why we're doing that. We can't use what players did on one team and make the justifications of saying that they will be horrible here. Then if that's the case, when Randy Moss went to the Raiders, he should have had his career ended then. But what ultimately Randy Moss did was, as soon as he left the Raiders, went to the New England Patriots, people were like, damn, look at Randy Moss. And it could be a similar situation here. We know for sure that my guy, CeeDee Lamb, needs another dynamic wide receiver to help him out. On the flip side, for those who say, well, the quarterback needs everything. Well, we just seen a team lift up a Lombardi trophy with everything. Give me that. We seen absolutely everybody, mama, uncle, cousin, Tupac, and Biggie talking about Joe Burrows. Joe Burrows never played with the kind of caliber of talent that the Cowboys have, right? Joe Burrows finished the season last year completely healthy, and he didn't make it to the postseason. But we are under that particular predicament. If Cowboys' Dak Prescott had those weapons, people would be talking and singing a different tune. The different levels of expectations. And everybody that's in this chat already know that they would take Joe Burrows over Dak Prescott. How come? Why? It doesn't matter where we rank it on defense. It doesn't matter who we have. It will always be the same expectations, whether we have Randy Moss or you have a Brandy Moss over here, you know? So it's just for what it is. All we need from Cooper is 700 yards and 5 touchdowns, because we do know that when you playing some defense, and I know Too Cool know this, and he too smart for not to know this, right? Is, okay, give me one-on-ones to the outside with Cooper and watch what he do, versus being on a team where they're going to roll the coverage, the safety over the top, and bracket him underneath. We wish that can happen for him right now. When Amari Cooper was here, by the way, we'd never established the run game. We still was playing football like, hey, spread them out wide. They still dropped 6 and 7 DBs. There was no system put into place. Brandon Moss. Yeah. I don't want no Brandon Moss, you know. But it is for what it is. All right, I got the next caller from the 478, and then Darius from the 214. Hold tight for your boy. But from the 478, you're live on the Nation, brought to you by Frenkel Firm. What you got for me?
Yo, Lord, Antonio, man, from the 478. What's up, man?
What's good with you, man? Antonio, man, what's good with you?
Hey, look, man, we old heads, we can't stress ourselves out. I think the young heads, they don't understand how the Cowboys work,
right,
and how they gonna work.
Mm-hmm.
We want, but it's Jerry Jones them call.
Yeah.
And they're not understanding. It don't matter who you bring into Dallas,
right,
to be quarterback. As long as Jerry Jones them there making the call, you're gonna run what system they tell you to run. Okay? Now, did they went out and get somebody to protect Dak Prescott? I think what we call him T. Brooks.
Yeah.
When he was in college, I don't think he allowed a sack on his on his QB.
Last year he didn't. I think in his college or collegiate career, he only allowed 1 sack on the quarterback. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
So,
good.
I mean, we get with the running game.
Right.
Yeah, we know CD need help.
Right.
But if Amari Cooper is who we can get, then we get. Now, we know the fallout wasn't good when Amari Cooper left. A lot of people think it was about the money, but it was some issues with, during the COVID time.
Yeah. We went over that one, Antonio. Here's the thing, though, and it goes back to the first caller. It's not that we're taking a dump on Tolbert or Mingo, but what we're doing is snatching responsibilities from them and putting them in their right spot. They have no business being number twos. They will be even. It will benefit them too if they could be number threes. You say it will benefit Tolbert and Mingo to be a number 3, and there's no shade upon them. And far as Dak, I'm telling Dak, we don't give a dog what you want. It's about me. It's my program, Exactly. And as the coach, there's then there's the quarterback, then there's the other people that's on this team. So I'm telling you, you might prefer, that might be the flavor of ice cream that you want, but today, man, we got butter pecan, dog. You finna eat this one, because it's gonna be better for you. That's how real coaches supposed to be able to sit down and do that,
They're supposed to, you hit it right on the head. They go, everything, that and don't get the favoritism like other quarterbacks get.
Right.
He don't. It seems they want Dak to carry everything, and I can understand, Dak with the interception law. That's more like frustration, trying to
make a play. Yeah.
But Dak can't do it all himself. And really, for me, I am happy.
Yeah.
Of what the Cowboys do. We already killed the boys before the season even started.
There you go. That part. Yeah, that's crazy.
And, we done killing them. So what? So Lord, what gonna make the Cowboys fan happy? What do Jerry Jones need to do to make us happy? That which they gonna do it anyway. We never happy.
Well, before I let you go, bro, what make them happy is exactly for what it is, man. Give them something to make them happy, and that is win the freaking Super Bowl. you gotta get it to them, But I appreciate you for calling in, bro.
Hey, how about them Cowboys, man? Have a blessing, Lord.
You as well, man. That's the one thing, to make them happy, Yeah. I would take it to the other level, but we got young ears in here. But if she fooling around, acting up in the house, and she making all of that noise, you know what to do. You know what you need to do. Y'all know what y'all need to do, fellas, to make it all happy. You know what I'm saying? You know what she want. You got to give it to her. And that's just for what it is. This fan base been voted for 30 years, 30 seasons. You got to give it to them. And you got to make it exciting when you do it. And the Cowboys just got to do it and figure it out. And they've been playing around. And Jerry, he used the analogy all the time, hanging around the rim. Come on, Jerry. You better figure out a way to slam dunk it, grab the rebound, crash the board. That's what we need. All right. With that being said, 214, you're live on the Nation. Talk to me.
Well, what's happening? Can you hear me good?
Hey, man, you sound crystal clear on my end. Yeah, you do.
Okay, good. So it's too cool listening, man. I felt the same way that you did about Donovan Eldorado. But I think he's gonna be a good player though. So we may end up in a good spot on that. But I want to ask you a non-football question, Law. So you from Mississippi, right?
Yep. Hold tight. I got a super chat, man, from Too Cool for the $9.99.
Too Cool $9.99. With what RB law we assuming the FA signs and a 5th round running back going to get the job done? What is our record by week 10? The Eagles and Commanders got WRs 1 and 2.
Yeah. So just to ask his question there, Darius, he says, he sent a super chat in. He says, with the running back law, we assuming free agent signing in the 5th round running back is going to get the job done. What is our record by week 10? Eagles, Commanders got wide receivers 1 and 2. They got something to fit their identity, and we got something to fit our identity. We about to run the ball, right? So have you ever seen the statement, Darius, that don't worry about someone else's yard, you just worry about your own, you know what I'm saying? So I get it. Right now, he's complaining about us adding Amari Cooper, but in 10 minutes, if the Eagles add Amari Cooper to their roster, it's going to break the doggone mold over here. You know what I'm saying? Everybody going to be like, damn, man, now they got you know what I'm saying, A.J. Brown, Smitty, and Amari Cooper. And now we're going to be complaining about that. So what I'm saying is bring in a veteran guy. A new broom can sweep the floor good, but that old broom can get those corners. And right now, the veteran wide receiver on this team to get all of the attention is CeeDee Lamb. And that's not enough. We need another veteran guy to help alleviate some things. But go ahead, bro.
No, I feel his frustrations. He got every right to feel exactly the way that he feels. I don't got no issue. So I get it too, cool. I'm right there with you. But, I'm gonna touch on that in a minute. But what I want to ask you was, so you from Mississippi, right? And you moved down here to Dallas.
Yeah.
So So what is your opinion on Dallas when it comes to like the high schools, the economics, the people, the nightlife, and the food? What has your experience been being down here in Dallas?
I mean, it's phenomenal, man. This is the mecca of like everything. Dallas is centrally, I can catch a plane right now. I can be in LA within an hour or such, right? And then I can catch a plane. I could be in ATL if I want to. I can drive down. They've spent about $40 billion on a transportation system that's going to get me from Dallas to Houston in 30 minutes. They building that. It's like a train that they building. I can't wait for that to be done. And that's what it is. Dallas is the schools are top tier, right? Top tier schools, man, as far as education's and football. I mean, it's God, football, then family out here, bro. They put football in front of family, you know what I'm saying? And they got the family reunion. What day is on now? We got to go see Duncanville and Cedar Hill play, That's how that goes. So
more like DeSoto,
DeSoto
versus DeSoto,
yeah, that part, So it's just like that, bro. So it's one of those things, man, that Dallas is different. The food is great and everything. I still haven't tasted top tier barbecue. But it is for what it is, bro.
Okay. Well, now I'm gonna talk a little about the football. I just always wanted to know what you felt about that. But like when Bobby Belt and them, I guess it was Bobby Belt that you was showing about the whole Amari Cooper versus Mike McCarthy.
Yeah.
When they was talking about that with Mike McCarthy, listen, I guess what you say, screaming from the high heavens. No, I've been screaming from the high heavens about Mike McCarthy. Like y'all, that was just a peek into like the backstage of what was going on. I'm telling you, like Mike McCarthy, like his extemporaneous and like lazy and laissez-faire attitude was cancerous to the locker room and to this team. I'm telling you. But on the flip side of that, I really have a good feeling going towards like trying to kind of answer it too cool when it comes to Shotty. Like I got a really good feeling about Shotty and what he's doing. I think he's a culture setter. You feel what I'm saying? So that's not Kool-Aid talking. I just got a good feeling about what Shotty is doing, man. I just feel like he's changing, slowly but surely changing the culture, man. So that's all I wanted to, impart onto you, and I just kind of wanted to get your thoughts on that overall.
Man, I think the changing is going to happen, but the thing is, when you see the cocoon, right, the processing is still the same for the worm. To either it becomes a damn butterfly or a moth, right? So we gotta wait. And unfortunately, most of us thinking it's about to be a moth. But it's going to be a beautiful butterfly, bro. Thank you for calling in.
Yes, indeed.
There's Darius, man. Good call from him. Yeah. Dallas is nice, man. The people are nice. Area's nice. I just don't dibble-dabble in some things that's around here in Dallas. But overall, man, this is like the mecca of everything. It's the center point, pivot point. Even drug dealers, man, they're like, hey, man, we here, man. We up in here, dog. Hey, we can go to Oklahoma. We can go down to Louisiana, where everything is centrally located here. They got basketball, hockey. They got soccer. They finna build a $1 billion stadium in Mansfield. They got a whole bunch of stuff to do in Dallas, man, and I'm following the money. Jerry Jones just spent 111, not 111 billion, but he bought 111 acres in Waxahachie. So I'm sitting there like, what are you trying to do out there? You know what I'm saying? So you just got to follow the money, man. Follow what these boys are doing, and also flip your portfolio over and get as many things you can, But it is, I haven't tried Hutchinson's yet. I heard that's the place to go to place for barbecue in Dallas. I just haven't been to Hutchinson's yet. And it better be as advertised. I went to one place that Keith Lee went to, and that food was kind of, I'm like, man, he hyping. I ain't no chalk taste like this, bro. God, dog, I don't know which one is better, that chalk or what I had to eat. All right, so Rico from the 984, you're live on The Nation. Talk to me, man.
What's going on, Law? How you doing today, my man?
Man, I'm doing great.
Yeah, I see you recognize my number, brother.
Yeah, man, I got you locked in, Rico. I got you, man. Shoot. What you got for me today?
Yeah, but look, talking about the King and Amari Cooper, debate. And I guess we so desperate for a receiver, we'll take anybody.
Man, come on. When you're desperate, you got to,
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But look, but this is the thing. You know, when I first saw the draft, I was mad at the beginning of how it was going. Because
Right.
I told my younger brother who's a Cowboy fan, I said, man, we got 100 guards and 75 DNs. What kind of team building is this? But as the draft went on, I saw what Martin's trying to do. He's trying to build a bigger, more physical team. And I'm old enough to remember when his daddy coached in Kansas City.
Right.
And in Cleveland. When he took him to them 2 AFC championship games.
Oh, you going way
and
back
lost
there.
when Ernest Bonner followed. I can remember like back of yesterday, but I think he wants to build some teams similar to that, and I can see some of his daddy in him.
Yeah.
The key to all this work, and go back again, is going to come to when you're trying to change culture in a place, in a workplace, because that is a workplace.
Right.
He's trying to bring some of his guys in. He's trying to bring a high character guys in to help him lead, because there's going to be some pushback.
Yeah.
And there's going to be some pushback from some players that we ain't going to think you'll give pushback. That are pretty high playing players. And when that happens, and they run around him, is Jones going to double down?
Yeah.
Is Jerry Stevens going to say, go back down now, chain of command? Is Jerry, Marty got to go to Jerry and say, Jerry, when the game's over with, I got to be the first boy to stay here.
Yeah.
And really the only boss.
Yeah.
If none of that don't change, at the end of the day, we can talk to the sun. We turn blue in the face.
Yeah.
We're going to have some good seasons, and I do believe if Dak stay healthy, this is probably a playoff team.
Yeah.
But again, now you heard me say this many times. When you go against them teams that equally match, willing to go blow to blow, toe to toe with you, that you're gonna have to play not 30 minutes, but 40 plus the whole to the clock tick off. Are we are disciplined enough and mentally tough enough? Are we gonna take the identity of Marty, or are we gonna take the identity of the Jones?
Yeah.
And that's the key. We can talk about all the other stuff. We can talk about all the icing on the cake.
Yeah.
And be like you said, butterfly or moss.
Yeah. It takes time.
I always say this again. Jones and Steven and Jerry, get this man what he needs, but I'm begging you. And I know they listen to you and Balls and all that. Y'all do a great job.
Appreciate you.
For 30, get out the way. For 2 years, get a man out the way. Then if you don't like what he do in 2 years, let him go.
Yeah.
Let him have his way 2 years.
Yes, indeed, man. I appreciate you calling in, Rico.
On the field and stop coming in there after every game being the first boy.
Come on with it, man.
Right checks and drink that high class Johnny Walker and slip a line or two if that's what you want to do. But
no
still,
doubt.
get out the way.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you calling in, Rico. Thank you. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Good call from him. All right, so with that being said, you know, the thing is with the Cowboys is that everybody wants us to win the Super Bowl now, right? And there's not going to be grace and mercy for any shortcomings, pitfalls, setbacks, because we've been starving, barely touching our backs, man. You know what I'm saying? We like 4 or 5 fat mans at a food fight, just throwing food, and we sitting there like, hey, I'm going to eat that. And we throwing food everywhere. We mad. We angry. But Sean McVay for the Rams, he didn't win the Super Bowl his first year, right? It took a minute for him to win it. But you saw pieces of that organization and franchise changing. And he ultimately won one, right? Kyle Shanahan, he didn't win the Super Bowl his first year with the 49ers, and they still haven't won one. But they've been to multiple Super Bowls under his leadership. What I'm getting at is that we are so starved, we want to be there immediately. It doesn't happen that way. Super and Bowl may not be for us this year. But I'm not finna be sitting back here talking bad about this team and saying, man, we only gonna win 4 games, man. We only gonna win 3 with the possibility of not seeing the identity. I'd rather take the high side and say, hey, we bring one run game to the table. I know what 4 can do behind run game. I know what he look like when everything is on his shoulder and people dismiss. Yeah, the final word is tonight, Ed. People dismiss when I say this. Write this down. If we go to the postseason and we are leaning only on 4 to win us these games, we are not going to win. Historical data shows and support that. If you only one-dimensional and you can only throw the ball to C. Dangerous Lamb, if he's your only option, you will not win in the postseason. Matter of fact, you can call Law Nation, and I can be the defensive coordinator, and I will beat the Cowboys calling plays. Because what I'm going to say is I'm going to drop 6 or 7 DBs, and I'm going to make sure we lean another DB on CD Lamb's side. You can kill you all you want with Tolbert, Mingos, and whoever else if they don't have run game. That's what teams been doing. Y'all can't see that? Every postseason game we've been to, it's been one-dimensional. It'll be good to go to a postseason game and why right Eddie, or yeah, here we go, and we turn the ball and give it to the running back. They can give us 4 yards at least or 5 yards. But every year, we have these same expectations that all other teams have. But we've been literally one-dimensional. And we talk about we gave Dak everything. Who? Who is everything? When you're averaging 2 yards per tote on the ground. And you can't stop the run. And you got guys that's hurt. I got from the 747, but before we get that 747 on, we have Too Cool for the $19.99.
Too Cool $19.99. Law we go to the postseason one take you out for $100 steak. Mark it down.
You're going to have the steak that I want is going to be a little bit north of that $100, though, but I appreciate you. Thank you so much, Too Cool. Because if you're going to stop and go to that spot, it's going to have to be a tomahawk. Come on with it. But I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. We going to the postseason this year. We going under these conditions if we have run game. Can somebody Google or look up the quarterback record when we have run game? He's not a terrible quarterback when we have run game. And I know that's kind of be low hanging because a lot of people say, well, most quarterbacks are good when you have run game. Well, if you already got a good quarterback and you add run game, then you get greatness, you get elite, you get all of that other stuff that you can throw in. Aren't people in Eagles country talking about Hurts is elite? I wonder why. He got defense and run game. Shit. Yeah. Law said he don't want no rubber steak. Yeah. All right, for the 754, you're live on the Nation, brought to you by FrankelFirm.com. Talk to me.
What's up, Law? What's up, Law? What's up, Law?
Hey, man, all is well, bro. All is well. All is
man,
well.
I'm tired of all these negative Nancy Cowboy fans, man. Listen, man, you can't please them. You just can't please them, man. I'm gonna say this. I like the direction we're going. It's proven. Even though I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I wanted Golden. Y'all remember me saying I wanted Golden, and I think we did the right thing by building the trenches up because that's where football started. Yes, we want that shiny little pretty weapon out there that's gonna go deep. You know, we all wanted that, but this is what we truly wanted as Cowboy fans.
Right.
We want to bring that physical back.
Bring it back.
To have people respect us. To respect us and respect the damn star.
Yeah.
And I like how the rookie talking. It looks like he's going to be the new leader of that old line. I mean, Tyler Smith, we all know he's a leader, but he more like quiet. But this guy here, the rookie, he got a mouth on him. And I like that.
Yeah, I like it.
that, man.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is we needed to
The conference has been locked.
second round pick. That was a damn good pick. That wasn't a questionable pick because he could have easily won the first 16 sacks. Come on, I'm down with that. Instead of now we can move Parsons around at linebacker, D end, middle, whatever, or D tack like in the zero position. We can move him around like a chess piece, you know. And and the other pad rushers that we got, you know, and the big boy we got from UCLA. They're gonna help clog up the middle. Mazi he need to watch his job, because I think he's gonna take his job by training camp. I think he's gonna take his job, man. Cause Mazi is like he's too quiet. This guy here, he played with a mean streak.
Yeah.
You know, he was drafted in the 7th round.
Well,
he played with a nasty mean streak.
Well, he just gotta get it real hungry, and just like, you know, old boy said, he got $100 on the table, man, if we go to the postseason. So I'm ready to get that $100, man, so we can go eat some good food. It's 'cause my belly touching my back. So we gonna have to go eat some good food around this mug, man. So we gonna do it, right?
That's right. And let's go bring Cooper back, man. Cause look, I'm gonna say this one thing.
All right, and close.
When we remember that playoff game we had against the Niners where we lost, and Cooper had the only touchdown. I think not the only, but he scored 1 touchdown in that game.
Yeah, off of that series. Oh my God. I remember doing a live stream about that. The time that in that series was 2021. I know exactly what you're talking about. That was the time that they implemented Tony Pollard. Remember, Tony Pollard only touched the ball 3 times in that game, right? Off of that time. 3 times. And what? Woo, boy, you, man, come on with it. Boy, you got me all doggone crunk over here, because you know what happened? Tony was running so good that safety, they brought him down from the roof, and it was one-on-one to the outside, and Dak Prescott did the play-action play, and there you go with Amari Cooper. And and after they scored that damn touchdown, Cowboy 92, guess what they did?
Right.
They benched Tony Pollard. He didn't get another chance on the field. They brought back Elijah Elliott, and they never went back to it. I'm like, why? Why would you show what you can do and go away from it, Mike McCarthy? But you know, and Kellen Moore. Yeah, but keep going. Keep going. You cooking, boy.
I'm gonna tell you. See, the problem with the Cowboys is we are our own worst enemy.
Right.
The plays that we do, we stay away from. It be working. Like with what's his name? The little short receiver number 9.
Turpin. Yeah.
Turp. Yeah. I mean, we were doing things. If you see how we switched it up last year towards the end, where that was in the beginning, we were screaming for that, man.
Yeah.
It's like with the stuff that we were successful at, we turn away from and go back like just shooting ourselves in the foot. Come on, man. We got to stop that. So that's the part these Cowboy fans, with the uneducated Cowboy fans, got to understand. They want to blame Jerry for this and Jerry for that. But guess what? Jerry not out there calling the damn plays. Even though he make the decisions about who we sign and who we don't sign, he not doing that. He not out there calling the damn plays and stuff. That's the damn head coach.
Yep.
So what I'm saying is we have the firepower. To be honest, we always had the firepower. The problem is we don't utilize our talent, the talent that we have. That's the true problem with the Dallas Cowboys. We try to copy everybody else instead of being who we are, or run first team and pound the ball. That's how we won all our 5 Super Bowls. Stop trying to copy everybody else and be who you are. And all I got to say is, how about them Cowboys haters?
Come on with it. That's Cowboy 92 from the 754. Good call from him. And great recall, too. Yeah, off of that series there. That's a great recall. Now, that we did have, 14, 15 penalties in that game. And it got down to the last minutes of that particular game. And that was against the 49ers. It was a home game. I remember talking to Cedric Wilson on one of the pivotal plays that if he were able to catch that, maybe it'll be a different tune. But right before that time frame on that drive, he was in the middle of the field. And I said, what happened, man? You normally catch that. He said, man, the sunlight hit me in my visors, and I couldn't see the ball. I didn't know where the ball was at. And there we go. Another missed opportunity. The craziest thing of it all is that people don't talk much about that because, you know, we lost and we angry, we upset. But if you pull Cedric to the side and say, man, what happened on that other play that you were wide open? Why you just didn't? It was right there on you. He said, I couldn't see it, man. So when you start speaking of football as a game of inches, that was a major inch that we missed, man, right there. And we couldn't capitalize off of it. Sometimes the enemy can be within, right? And what I'm getting at is that we've been looking at this team in the no identity matching of the team. Kellen Moore versus Mike McCarthy versus Kellen Moore. It just or Dak versus this and that. It just never been no unity with this particular approach. But hopefully we can go into this season and we can run the ball to play to the strength of the quarterback, not to the weaknesses. And the weaknesses of the quarterback, I don't give a dog if you gave him $80 million. You don't want him throwing the ball all of that time. I got from the 202, and then I have 469, hold tight. But the 202, you're live on the Nation, brought to you by FrenkelFirm.com. Big Amish, talk to me.
How about them Cowboys?
How about y'all? Yeah.
Thank you for the opportunity.
You're welcome.
Now, I'm all for efficiency and consistency and assigning Amari Cooper. If you're telling me he'll do that, I'm all for it because that's what we need. The rest of it, we could have Jaden Blue run some deep routes, Turpin running deep, but we need that efficiency on the passing game, I'm saying. So they're going to double. So Amari, I'm all for that if that is the plan. And hopefully that works out that way. Or we got to find somebody who fills that void, right?
Yeah.
So, that to me is pivotal to help establish then, or the running game is going to help the passing game and vice versa.
Right.
And so our Amish Cowboys, that, we got our offensive linemen, we got everything set, I think, for the line. And that running back we got in the later rounds, that mofo running back, that's what we need.
Right.
We got a big back.
Big back. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Big back. He's like a James Conner type.
Right.
And actually made it bigger. And what I looked at was he led the nation, just like Conner led the NFL, on yards after contact, which is pivotal. I didn't even think about that, but
right.
I mean, when you're in short yardage situations, you need that first down. But it goes back to the consistency and efficiency of getting that mindset in the offense. Big plays will come, but if we're efficient and consistent, that wears down defenses. It does wonders for you, right? For everything, for all the players, and getting you into that end zone ultimately. But what do you think about that on that running back? Because that's going to be a running back by committee, even from your own saying. Right.
All right, hold on. Let me make sure that this news is official. All right, hold tight for me. Let me make sure. But keep talking.
Oh, all right. Yeah. The other thing was, the definition of insanity: doing something over and over again and expecting a different result. Well, Amari Cooper, when he's pointing out that passing play in the middle area, combining, I guess, CD and him, that wasn't going to work. So by him, when he's bringing that to the attention of his coaches, he shouldn't be reprimanded and being looked at differently. As a matter of fact, if it didn't work, the coaches knew it didn't work, and it raises a question. What were they doing? What were they thinking of? Was it intentional? Were they, not to get into conspiracy theories, but if he knows it's not going to work, the coaches must know it's not going to work. So why are they doing it? Did Mike McCarthy have a little Pete Rose in him? I don't know. Throwing it out there. But I'm glad that's all over. But I would love Amari Cooper back. I don't know if he lost his step or not. Doesn't matter if he could provide that consistency. The other thing is Sam Williams. I don't know if he added some weight or they're planning. I could see him, obviously he's on the edge. To me, he's strong and fast. But you could kick him inside on passing downs as well. Then you could have Easy Rock. You could have Sam Williams and Micah all on the line, going after the quarterback at once, whether you have Mazi or Solomon Thomas. What do you think of that kind of a kick into just like Chauncey Golston would come in, and they would kick him inside on occasion on passing downs? Do you see Sam Williams in that kind of a situation?
Yeah, I can see Sam Williams doing that. I can absolutely see if we can get him in and if he can do a little this and that for us, that would be a plus for us, for real. But I just don't see the Cowboys. Well, I could see them doing it. Yeah, altogether. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Playing that. And Jaden Blue, your favorite player, man. That's what we need. If you talked about this before. After we had these good seasons, I wouldn't say great, but very good seasons. They weren't great. They were very good seasons. We ended up losing talent and never replenishing it. So Jaden Blue, being as fast as he is, comparison to Tony Pollard, but he's even faster than Tony Pollard. But I'm just saying how we're now looking at the pieces, but we should have been doing that years back. Instead of letting everyone leave and not replenishing it, we're finally doing it. Why did it take so long? I don't know, but I'm glad we're doing it. That makes me feel a lot better.
No doubt,
but
man.
Hopefully, right?
Mm-hmm. No doubt. I appreciate you for calling in. Mm-hmm.
And how about them Cowboys?
That's my guy. Y'all, appreciate you, man. We got 2 more callers. Well, no, 3, and we're gonna rock. Okay. From the 469, what's on your mind? You're live on the Nation, brought to you by FrenkelFirm.com. Talk to me.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Talk to me, bro. Yo. Hello.
Sam Woods. Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I can't wait, man. I see the new guys from the free agent list.
Mm-hmm.
From the free agent list, the new guys we got on the defensive side. And I can't wait, man, because we're going to be deep. We're deep on the defense side, and we're deep on the offense side. So you look at the offensive linemen, look how deep we are. See what I'm saying? And look at the defense side, and look how deep we are on the defense side.
Right.
So we're going to switch guys off and on and matching. We got Michael Parsons on the other side. And you got the rookie, from Boston College. That blitz at the same time.
Right.
Matching that. Match how hard they're going to be for the offensive linemen to block them.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? You can't double cover both of them. You got to double cover one of them. So,
right.
See what I'm saying? So it'll be hard to stop that attack what we have going. So I'm looking at this, brother. You know what I'm saying? We looking at which guy on the defense and offense side going to make a sport on this team. They're going to make an impact on this team.
All right.
Which guy will make that impact? That's the whole thing you got to do. You got to see which guy going to line up.
Come on with it.
And line up and say, I'm going to make this name for myself.
All right.
I'm going to make an impact for myself.
Come on with it.
Myself. I'm going to make a attempt to let the manager know.
Come on with it.
I'm worthy to get this big money. I'm worthy to play. I'm worthy to have my name called every Sunday.
Come on with it.
I'm worthy to start on this team. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for dogs. We're not looking for any little tame horses. We're looking for wild horses.
Come on with it.
We're looking for the sport to come in to make a leadership to get everybody right every Sunday, every Monday. Get everybody right up to face face Washington, to face Philly, to face the Giants.
Understand the
cost. Let me tell you something. Be ready. We are coming. Giants, we are coming. Washington, we are coming. Philly, we are getting ready for a war.
Come on with it.
Get ready and be prepared. And I thank you for helping me on here, brother.
No
and remember, God come first.
Yeah.
Not you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. Now,
come on with it.
Cowboy?
How about him?
All right.
All right, come on with it, man. Pass the collection, played around, and won't he do it? Yeah, I know he will. Come on with it. All right. I got the 206. Eric, you live on the Nation. Talk to me.
What's good, Ma? How you doing, bud?
Yeah, I'm doing great, man. I can't complain.
That's good. I like what my Seahawks did.
Yeah.
You guys look like you guys got some good picks.
Yeah. Seahawks, y'all did y'all deal over there to reassure with Byron Murphy. You got your wide receivers. You got your You got your pieces of weapons with running back. So you guys did a great job in the draft, man. Shout out, kudos and credence to the Seahawks.
Yeah, and, I mean, Frisco, he looks like he's gonna be hopefully a big help to
the run game.
Prescott.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yep. So the big surprise I think overall was how long Shadul had to wait on the Bulls like that.
Yeah, he's the third selling jersey of all of the rookies right now. Third most selling jersey. I know it's a terrible jersey to buy, the Browns. I never thought that's a good outfit, but shout out to Shedeur Sanders, and for now I just hope that people just let him play football and or fight to compete to play football and get all of the crazy stuff out the way.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I hope the things are going well in Dallas land. I got one last thing to say. You know I got that. How about them Cowboys?
How about him, man? That's my guy, Eric, man. Been following the channel for a minute. He's a diehard Seattle Seahawks fan, and of course he likes Law Nation Sports. So whenever he calls, he get a chance to get on in here and talk about his Seattle Seahawks and our Cowboys. But from the 206, the other 206, Marv, man.
What up, Law?
What's good with you, man?
What
you got?
Brother?
Yeah, man, I'm doing great. Yeah.
I love it. Cowboy Nation, you guys got to stop being so negative, man. I'm going to give y'all an example. Now, y'all, look at the scenario. If Philadelphia or Washington would have dropped that lineman, the best guard, you guys are like, oh, man, because then they would have dropped that DN that got more sacks than Carter, that's on the same level as Carter, you guys would have been crying. If Philadelphia would have got all three of them picked, and then the best corner that could cover, man, you guys better. I think y'all better go and look in the mirror. Mm-hmm. If Philadelphia would have got them three players that we just got, then y'all would have been panicked. To go with that offensive line coach, now this reverse. We got the best offensive line coach. We stole him from Arizona.
Okay.
They had an offensive line. They had an offensive line that did nobody know. Only one y'all knew about was Hernandez. That the Jags let go. He goes over there and become one of the best guards in the league.
Come on with it.
Now we got this guard, top guard in the league, strong, powerful, to put in the middle for to help Dak Prescott play action. That will help all your receivers. Come on with it. Come on. Even me and Logan go receive.
Come on with it.
Now, look what Logan, you said it earlier. Now, when we're running on them, they're going to start bringing them hands up close. And they can hit them over the top. That's going to help your tight ends. They're going to help your receivers.
Come on with it.
I would love to have Amari back because that would help our receivers. Because Amari is going to learn. He's going to teach Mingo. He's going to teach my boy Flannery. And I'm going to tell you something. And I'm going to tell you, the Oregon coach, the two best, let me say it again, Long. The two best wide receiver coaches in college football was Ohio State one, the Oregon coach was second. We got the Oregon coach.
Yeah.
Halton, that played for Oregon, that went to Alabama, went to Oregon. He's the route runner, and he know how to get open, and he's there with the coach. So he got the ups on 83. He got the ups on everybody because he know how to coach. So I am very happy that Dak Prescott got a dangerous weapon in the battlefield.
Yeah.
That we can play action fake, we can throw screens to that we never did with Fat Boy. So Cowboy Nation, you got to be excited. And one more thing, Long.
What's that?
I got to get him, Long.
Go get him. Got to get him.
The defensive coordinator had a defense with no name.
Understand the cost.
Made his corners play good. Look, Chicago and Arizona almost beat Philadelphia and the Redskins. Both of them teams have to do lucky plays. Now, let me tell all you haters, you can be mad at number 4. Yeah, he do make dumb plays, but he had dumb coaching. Dumb receiver coach, dumb halfback coach, dumb offensive line coach, dumb offensive play calling.
Right.
You give him play calling with this kid. What do we say, Law? If we ever gave Dak Prescott to San Francisco, he'd probably have 2 Super Bowls, you dummies. And one more thing before I get off, because the Cowboy fans be pissing me off. You know where they draft that big guard we got, dummies?
Where?
Cowboy Nation, because y'all acting
And they
so
understand the cost.
weirdo. San Francisco drafted all them deep tackles, copycat, just like Philly. The Cowboys got all them linemen, copycat, like Philly. Did you see what's about to happen?
What?
San Francisco finna come back. The deep tackle from Ohio State, my boy C.J. West from Indiana. You guys better be glad we got our guards. How about my new coaching staff that's going to bring this heat? And my receivers is happy. They get to run real receivers raw. And we got a dangerous halfback. I'm with Shawty 100%. How about them Cowboys and all you fakers? Please go cheer for Philly. Go cheer for the Redskins. Because I know Dak Prescott is going to win me 11 to 12 games. The key is the playoffs. That's when they all going to count down. How about them Cowboys? Loud Nation.
That's my guy, man. Pastor Marv now, boy.
Goodbye.
It took me, I was about to go to the creator, man, to the heavens, boy, when he said Ron Flanoy. Flanoy's name. Or Flonay, you know, Flanoy, you know, however you want to say it, but how he says it. Jeez. Oh, my gosh, man. Hey, man, I've been having a great day with you guys, man. A fantastic day. And it's always good to be able to talk to you guys, beautiful people that's here, you know.
What have you been working on? Because this process is so different. You're so used to the grind of football and the combine and the draft, and the interviews is so different. What's something that you've been honing in on during this time?
Really my technique, because as you know,
properly.
I'm a very physical, I have a dominant presence to myself on the football field, but there's sometimes where my hand or feet will be out of place, and I was okay in college because I was going against lesser athletes most of the time, but when I get to the league, when everybody's on the same playing field or more athletic or stronger than I am, that stuff's not going to slide.
What have you been working?
Man, come on with it from the mouth of the youth.
And they understand the cost that is involved.
He understands, y'all. He understands.
There's 1,000 of you. I said close them doors. Yeah. Ushers, close the doors. Close the doors. Close the doors.
Come on with it, y'all.
We all gonna lead together. There's 1,000 of you tonight, and those that are watching, it's 1,000 that's watching online. This is a small seed. If I get 1,000 online to give this.
He understands it. The work is not done. And any man that's listening, a man should work by the sweat of his brow. Always trying to work better, harder than what you're doing now. You got to understand the cost, right? You got to understand where we are at. And that young kid is hungry. Find me 10 more of them kids and put it on a team.
And they understand the cost.
He's saying, yeah, what I did at that level in middle school was for middle school. What I did at that level for high school, it was at high school. But what I did at that level in college was for college. But now that I'm with the grown folks, I got to do what I did at those levels even better. I got to work on my craft even more.
And they understand the cost that is involved.
When I was a child, I thought of a child. I thought just like one. But now that I'm an adult, or think of an adult, right? But if you never understood,
and they understand the cost that is involved.
If you never understood it, then you will still act as if though you are a child. Come on with it.
Charles $5.
Come on, Sadiq.
You watched WHL, you were calling dummy, not all fans. You do not get to all fans in one bunch.
And that's exactly, can't group and lump all fans into one bunch. Mama Sadiq, appreciate you as well. And salute to all of those who gave support. If you like this video, if you commented on this video and subscribe to this video, let me see some threes in the chat.
And they understand the cost.
Appreciate y'all. I should see a lot of threes in the chat. Like, comment, and subscribe. That's easy. And understanding where you are at is another one. The Cowboys heading into unfamiliar territory with these new guys. New coaching. New culture too. Need to be established. Come on with it. Let me see some threes in there. Like, comment, and subscribe. There was one element that I left out. If I could get all of you guys to share this content, that helps out. Sharing is caring. So under the sound of my voice, if everyone can share, so put 4 in the chat if you do it that. Because now that we got a kid that understands it, and I need to stop saying kid now. He's a grown man. He shouldn't be wet behind the ears because he understands. And sharing is caring. But let me see some 4s in the chat. Appreciate you, Dwight. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing common sense. Thank you for sharing, Matt. Thank you for sharing, Ice Cold. Thank you for sharing, Tommy. Thank you for sharing, Kevin. Share, share, share. Sharing this helps the algorithm. Sharing helps the nation. Yeah. The law don't got $1, man, but you got the ability to share. Big Sarge, thank you for sharing. Kelvin, again. Ashley, thank you for sharing. Jameson, Los Altos, Polo, sharing is caring. Thank you, guys. Thank you for sharing. Sharing is caring. Thank you, Stay Page. Thank you. Jameson, thank you. Superstar Status, thank you for sharing. Big, thank you for sharing. Edwards, thank you for sharing. Sharing the ideology of this podcast is everything. You never know who's in need. You never know who's in the low valley. There may be someone next to you that's going through something. There may be someone that live across the street going through something. Yeah. Thank you for sharing. And as we devoted our time for this day, right, talking about the Cowboys and what we can do and what we won't do, the ideology is we are all here for the boys. And Mama said there will be days just like this. She was my #1 cheerleader. She shared every video. She said, hey, you better stop all that cussing, boy. I'm still your mama. I said, okay, mama, you got me. I curse. After that Green Bay Packers game, when we lost in the regular season with them, she said, I'll cuss right along with you. What's going on with that coach? Why would he call that play?
And they understand the cost that is involved.
But if you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for, to work day and night, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep, if all of your desires of it makes you quite mad, that you don't get tired, and it makes you hold everything tawdry and cheap, if life itself seems empty, and useless without it. And all that you scheme and dream is about it. If you will gladly go out there and sweat for it, fret for it, or plan for it, or lose all terror of your beautiful mind. If you would simply, oh, just simply, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls around the globe, go after the thing you want with all of your capacity, strength, sagacity, with faith, hope, confidence, and stern pertinacity. If neither cold or the poverty or the famine shall feign, or the sickness of body or brain can turn you away from the things you want, if darkened and grim and besieged and beset with the help of Almighty Cowboy Nation. Ain't this right, Joseph? Ain't this right, Lissay? Ain't this right, young star Becky with the good hair, Holmes? I see you. Yeah. You will get it.
And they understand the cost.
Come on with it. Stand tall or not at all, Cowboy Nation. If we offended anyone, just charge it to my beard, not my heart. Darren Posey. We finna go to Twin Peaks, baby. It won't be twins without the peaks, though. Let's go. I wake up, yeah.
No drip, this. Tell 'em run it.
Come on.
No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I
stretch.
Tell 'em run it up.
I wake up, yeah.
Thumb down, notch.
Come on.
No drip, this.
Tell her run it up.
No sleep.
A little later on tonight, baby. The final word. Come on.
Turn to a savage, now my baby wants to hold
all of it.
I love my fans, don't need no friends. I got my homies.
Got my homies, baby.
Thought I could trust you, I find out you tried to zone me.
Don't zone me.
I'm number one up on that court, I'm Nick McGrady. The first one in, the last one out, can't call me lazy.
Can't call all lazy.
Put in my hours, send the invoice and they pay me. I need 6 rings like MJ.
Come on, Law Nation, let's stand up with it.
I wake up,
Law
thumb down,
Nation, baby. Time to run it up, baby.
No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch.
Come on.
Run it up. I wake up, thumb down, notch.
Yeah.
No drip, this.
Time to run it up, baby.
No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck.
Yeah.
But first I stretch. Tell 'em run it up. Y'all gon' make me take that trip way out to Europe.
Come on.
I call up Nigeria, come through in a hurry. Those London boys don't come to play, you should get worried. One false move, find yourself, they getting buried.
Come on,
That's what
baby.
the devil used to love playing those games. Made some bad decisions that brought my mama pain.
Shout out to you, Too Cool.
To her, swore that I would change.
Let's get it.
I'm on the come up, bet I live up to my name.
$100 steak.
I wake up,
Law
thumb down,
Nation.
no drip,
Rico.
run it up.
Come on with it. Jameson Taylor in the building, baby.
Stretch, tell 'em run it up. I wake up, flex, thumb down, notch. No drip, this.
Come on.
Tell 'em run it up.
Yeah. NJ, I see you. The rebel chick.
Stretch, tell 'em run it up.
Yeah. Come on with it. Slow it down just a little bit, Law. I got you. Hey, some grown folks music. Come on, let's kick it. Let's chill just a little bit. Come on with it. Hey, right now I want some Salisbury steak. Y'all tripping. Over some gravy, mashed potatoes. Give me some squash too. Come on with it. Yeah. Yeah. Come on, take a drag of it, baby. Review it. Law, M and F and Nation, baby. Put it in the chat. That's gonna be my new initials, I guess. I'm gonna get a hoodie that says Law, Mother, F and Nation, baby. And you. Don't let the street lights make you all alone. It's danger, baby. You know it's dangerous to go alone. Don't let the street lights hit you. I be on. There's some onions, yeah. I gotta have some onions on that steak. You know what? Low key, Holly, that's a good hat. Law MFN. Oh, LMFN. Come on with it. Come on with it. Oh, Young Star, that would be good. That'll go hard too. Yeah. Sam Williams in the back. I see you. Timo, Finn, Cowboys Trey, Sidney Jones, Sadiqa, Charles, all at once. Too cool. What we tell them? Street lights hit you. Sing along with me, chat. I know y'all singing it. Danger. It's danger, baby. Don't let the street lights hit you. I be on. And thank you. I follow. Wherever you go, whatever you do. I take the baritone. Play it do. Where my altos at? Come on, altos.
If a paper crane can fly,
Sopranos, come on, get it.
it doesn't feel that far. So far, so far.
Hit that note. I said hit that note. Oh man, Lord turn to Joe Jackson over here. Hit the note.
So far, so far.
Joe Jackson Law.
If a paper crane can fly,
Come on, choir.
fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on.
And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Shout out to your new supporter, Sharon. Thank you so much. Let's get on up out of here.
And they understand the cost that is involved.
Come on with it.
There's 1,000 of you.
Hush your mouth over there. Hush.
Ushers,
Hush.
close the door.
Ushers. Get that
Close
person
the
up out of
doors.
here. There you go. There you go. There you go.
Close the doors.
All right. Come on with it.
We all going to be together. There's 1,000 of you tonight, and those that are watching,
Am I still
it's
them
1,000
boys?
that's watching online.
Come on with it.
This is a small seed. If I get 1,000 online to give this, I'm challenging each of you all down here to give a $20 seed. But I need everyone standing up here with us, with me, to plant a seed of $100. Because again, it costs a seed. I got you. And this is what I need you to do. If you're giving electronically,
Drop them rings off over here. Come on, lady.
bring them baskets. I want the baskets. I want to see the folks.
Come
Y'all
on.
start moving. Y'all can bring it right now. Come. Even if you're giving tangibly, just put your hand on the.
Just put your hand on.
Take your phone and stick it on the.
He said, take your phone and stick it on the bucket.
Giving is worship.
Giving is worship. Come on.
Giving is worship.
Oh my goodness!
Giving is worship.
Now y'all don't want to call and check on the pastor.
Giving is worship. This ain't the time to talk. 1,000 people need to give $20. 1,000 people need to give $20. 1,000 people online need to give $20. This is easy, saints. This is an easy miracle. We should be able to raise $40,000 tonight just from y'all giving.
Swallow that. Have you ever been?
That's it.
Sacrifice. Don't give up the fight. Everything will be alright.
Come on, Uncle Charles, take it home.
Sunday, yeah. Depend on you. If you win or lose, you know you got to pay some dues to live on Monday, yeah.
That boy said, yeah. So I just listened to that. I was just like, yeah. At the end, yeah. That tickles me, man. But until next time, DC for Life, Cowboy Nation, we up out. Size matters. It's the podcast number for this particular video. Appreciate y'all. And until next time, peace. Hey, Pose, man, we going to Twin Peaks now. They got some good shrimp. I think they got the Bang Bang shrimp and the yeah, Lisa. Hey, Lisa, come look at this, Lisa. Have you ever seen that dude? Lisa,
Take the money out.
It's an evil world we live in.
come look at this, Lisa.
They can come closer than close. Yeah.
Oh man. Until next time, peace.